All right. I am here. Craig is on his way, and I just wanted to pop up on here already and kind of get the show rolling here for the draft reaction. It hasn't started just yet, so we are going to wait for Craig here. And give me 1 second. Let's see where he is. I think Brian is probably going to not be in just yet. He's probably going to be running late as well, but we'll be ready here for round one here in about 20 minutes. So, all right. Let's see. I don't know if anybody is in here. If anyone is in here, send a quick message so I know. Let's see. I don't see anybody in here yet, so we're going to wait.
Powered by Riverside FM.
All right. Let's see what's going on. We got about 13 minutes before this thing starts. Now, when it starts, it's obviously, it's going to be it won't start right away, basically. That work?
Powered by Riverside.
Oh, there's Craig.
Howdy, sir.
What's up?
How are you this evening?
All right, we're going to be. I just have this up right now, but I have the TV on. And I think do we, so I mean, basically, what are you expecting out of this? You expecting everything to go kind of the way you would expect it to go, or would you?
No, I think it's going to be wild. I think there's going to be more trades this year than ever. I think there's going to be moving and shaking. I mean, there's rumors of Chicago moving up if this thing goes as planned. The first couple, three picks go as planned. They've got a trade in place to move up and go to 5 and get um, Ashton Gentry, which I think is a huge mistake at to go move up that high to get a running back with the shelf life that they have, um, and they're giving up, you know, 21. They're giving up a couple tomorrow trades. I just think that's
Yeah. Let's see. Think you cut out, man. Mm, okay, you're back. You
yeah.
were gone for a second.
So yeah, I think that's wild for what you need. You know, you need some offensive line help, and I mean to draft a running back who I mean, yeah, he did okay in college, but I mean you need some people to block for him. And
Yeah,
I think you're giving up. I think you're giving up the picks you would use to get the help to block for him. So I don't know. It just seems kind of wild. You've got does Shadir go high? Does he drop like a rock like they're projecting? They're talking about maybe at 9 in New Orleans, but they like Jackson Dart. They're talking
yeah,
about 21 at Pittsburgh. Does he fall all the way that far? You know, I mean, that kid has a lot of pressure on him with the name on his back. And is he as good as what they're saying? I don't think so. But I mean,
yeah.
it's just I think it's going to be a wild, wild deal.
I think drafting a running back early is dicey. It
It
doesn't
is.
necessarily pan out a lot of the time, and
They just
sometimes
don't
it
have
might,
the long shelf life.
but yeah, the shelf life, and then you're using that pick on it. Um, I again regarding my team, of course, we hear stories of trading up,
Right.
possibly getting a running back. Was one of them possibly getting a wide receiver from Missouri? I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, they were talking about that. We'll see. I don't really know. I don't like the idea of the Broncos trading up. If anything, I'd like more picks. Um, Maybe trade down.
Right.
But
And I
you
think you're
know,
going to
I
see a lot of movement more than any other year.
right, and I think that I was talking to Brian. I said, "Well, do we need a running back? Yes." Yes. But what do we need more than anything? We need depth on the cornerback position, and we also need depth on we need tight end help, pretty much. Um,
Right. I think Dallas. I mean, Dallas again needs so much. They need a couple offensive linemen. They need a slot corner because they lost the kid from Michigan. Um, they need another edge guy to replace Lawrence. They need maybe a running back. The two guys that they signed, are NFL running backs. They're better than the room that they had last year, but they're not proven. There's talk about trading for the guy from the Jets, Brees Hall. Again, what are we
mhm.
going to give up? If we're giving up late date stuff, maybe okay, I could accept that. But if you're going to give up a one or a two, you have too many holes that you have to fill on your roster to be given up. Now the Cowboys, the one thing that they do have a lot of, and they always have a lot of, they're one of the top teams in the comp picks, to where they have those four, some more fours or fives or wherever those comp picks slide in. They have a bunch of those, so maybe they could take a couple of those and package those
Yeah.
for Brees Hall. Okay. There's also talk about the Cowboys there's a lot of talk about the Steelers moving Pickens. It seems like the whole Pickens and DK Metcalf is being on the same roster is just not going to happen.
Well,
Um,
I mean, and yeah. I mean, we still don't know what Rogers is doing. He's toying
we don't.
around, and
I mean, right now that's what they're talking about. They're talking about Pittsburgh definitely drafting a quarterback because they don't have anybody right now. They got a guy. Mason Rudolph. I guess I don't think that's what we're hooking our wagon to. Um,
I just this draft is pretty thin when it comes to big quarterbacks, or
Starting
big names,
quarterbacks,
starting
correct,
quarterback,
correct.
and so yeah, it's. I mean, are they going to get desperate? Or are we going to
Uh,
hear as this draft's going on? Oh yeah, Rogers signs with Pittsburgh,
yeah,
and
maybe. Uh, and then that, if he does that change the whole way Pittsburgh were they planning on drafting a quarterback, and now somebody signs late, or they get a trade, or I just think there's going to be more movement up and down and up and down. I think it's going to be wild.
oh yeah, no,
One that
I
we
agree.
haven't seen, something we haven't seen in years. Normally, there's one trade here, one trade there. Normally, it's pretty well set 1 through 25. We know how it's going to go. It's just who's going to be and who's going to be the Atlanta this year. Who's going to be
Yeah,
the team that we're like, what are we doing? You know,
the Broncos draft
that's
a
another
quarterback. It's like what
that
one
that's
year?
another guy. That's
Yeah,
another guy that is probably on the move. You got to look for where Cousins is going. Where is Kirk Cousins? Because he's not going to go sit. He's not going to go sit in Atlanta and be a backup. We all know that. We're not paying him that much money to hold a
yeah.
clipboard. So
Yeah, I mean, it's
um
going to be fascinating. I think we there's some traction on the video that Ryan and Brian did. Ryan and Brian, and Ryan, we kind of broke down a lot of what a little bit of what the Cowboys he sees the Cowboys doing, or what they will potentially do, as well as kind of where things fall in place in terms of draft order, his predictions of where the 50 top 50 players are going to be headed, for each one. So he did a pretty decent job, and I think over the years he's been pretty good, and it's always fun to have him on the show. So I don't know if he's watching at some point today, but we'll see. I think as we get closer here, we'll start seeing some people pop in here. So um, I mean, first order is up for business right away is Tennessee. Um,
yeah,
you know,
I think that's finally everything with that has calmed down. There was talk of them trading the pick, talk of them trading the pick, talk of them trading the pick, and I think it's now set that you're going to see Cam Ward come off the board number 1.
I think so.
I think
I think
that's
so.
set, and I really think from everything that I'm reading is Travis Hunter is set to go to Cleveland at 2. and Abdul Carter
Oh,
is
yeah.
is I know. You can
Gosh.
thank Deion Sanders for all this. You can thank Deion Sanders. He's talked it in. This reminds me. I don't know. You follow basketball. This reminds me of the Ball brothers being spoken into existence by their dad, and
Oh, yeah.
you know shoved down everybody's throat. And
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
this is exactly Deion Sanders
Annoying.
has made these two. He's made these two guys the talk of the draft, and you know he's going to play both sides of the ball. I just don't think he's going to do that in the NFL. I just don't think that's a thing. I just don't.
Yeah.
You can't do that at this level. It just doesn't, not productively. I mean, you could do it, but not productively.
I kind of love to see him. I don't know. I don't want to see it.
I'd love to see both of them drop like a rock. I would love it.
Yeah.
Nothing more. But I don't. I just think that's what's going to happen. I mean, would Cleveland be smart to draft Abdul Carter and have another edge guy on the other side of
He's been
you know
tied to the Giants.
he's been tied to the Giants all day.
Yeah.
But I don't think he drops that high. I don't think he drops that far. I think he goes at 3. Well, I think he goes to the Giants at
Yeah,
3.
the Giants at 3.
Yeah,
Or New England.
yeah. But I
Um
mean, here's the deal: do they throw a monkey wrench in the thing and draft Shadur? I mean, they need a quarterback. I mean, they got Russ, but I think, I honestly think the best thing for Sanders would be to go somewhere and sit for a year or two and learn and see the speed of the game and see and not be thrown in, because I think if some team drafts him and throws him to the wolves, it's going to be just just
yeah.
really bad.
I mean, I just yeah, I'm more excited with Hunter. I just want to,
I mean,
you
he
know,
has the upside, he has the
man.
potential, but he just doesn't. He was hurt in Colorado.
Yeah.
Like, he's already got injury history.
He does, and I think some of it is his lack of he doesn't have a lot of muscle on him.
And that's
He's
what I'm
he's
saying.
very thin. So,
Right. And you're gonna go get tackled or try to tackle.
yeah.
I want to go see him try to tackle Derrick Henry. Have fun. It's not happening.
Well, that yeah, not many people can tackle that guy.
Well,
You have to
but
game
that's what
tackle
I'm
him.
saying.
But
But
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Is he tackling Metcalf? Is he covering DK Metcalf? No.
Well, I mean, if
DK Metcalf would chew him up and spit him out.
yeah,
CD Lamb would chew him up and spit him out. He's not. They're drafting him at 2 like he's a lockdown corner, and he's not. He's just not.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. I like him a lot. In terms of his, his ability and stuff, and transitioning to football in the NFL, for example, is tricky with any of these people. So it's like,
Right,
what
right, right.
how many top
But
quarterbacks
I'm just
taken in the first round have actually 9 times out of 10 really panned out. It's not
right.
it's rare. It's super rare. So even that is rare. So it's we'll see. I
Well,
mean,
and look at Bo Nix. We thought Bo Nix was going to be really, really good, and he turned out to be that way, but not right away. It took him
no.
what, 5 or 6 weeks to
Well, we have
get
no
his feet
tight
wet
ends.
and
That's
get.
that's one problem.
But what
Um,
I'm saying is
yeah.
he turned out at the end of the season. Okay, it worked out, but
Yeah.
not everybody has the head coach you have, the QB whisperer to do that.
Yeah. So it is about to start. They're showing some Cam Ward stuff. It's in Green Bay, folks. So Brian's probably wishing he was there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
showing some Travis Hunter stuff. Basically, just kind of like what they did to kick off the night before. It seems like to me.
Right.
But a lot of bling, a lot of chains, a
Yeah.
lot of flash, a lot of prime. No, I'm
I
kidding.
heard Hunter's not even going to be there, but
That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. So, do you know who's gonna announce for the Cowboys? Have they even announced that yet? or who's gonna present?
I don't know if normally your big name presenters or your big name call out people are all the second day. The first day is normally just the commissioner. They don't want to take the limelight. I mean, Goodell wants the
Well,
limelight.
before that, yeah. Have they mentioned anything? I know Monte
No,
Ball's one for the Broncos.
I have not heard anything on the Cowboys on um who's gonna, normally Pearson or somebody like that is. But I hope it. But that thing's gotten so out of control with the home of this champ and that champ and that. No, stop. Just and get up there and announce the pick. You haven't won anything in 25 years. Stop
But you
trying
got
to
Nick
troll.
Saban out there.
Stop trying to troll the Eagles and then the Eagles. Now obviously they've won again, and so we got to hear about that, and it's just gonna. I don't.
Let me go. Let me go turn the volume up just real quick, just so I can. It's somewhat here. Okay.
So we can hear the boos for the
We can hear the
commissioner.
boos. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. I honestly think he enjoys that.
I think he does too. I think he embraces it. I think he says, louder. You could do better. Yeah.
A lot of tailgating out there at Lambeau Field, so that's kind of cool. It's at Lambeau. I think
I mean,
that's pretty cool.
trust me. I mean, this is their best. Instead of going to one location to move it around,
Yeah.
I think that's worked out very well for the.
Like in terms of location, where was it like at the entire? Was it like repurposed? Was it just Canton somewhere or?
I know. I think it was like a New York, like the New York
Oh,
City, like
yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
the Heisman, like I think it
yeah.
was all in New York type deal.
Roger Goodell is driving a bicycle on the stage.
Lovely. I mean,
That's very fascinating
let's
to me.
just let's just give him more ammo, Raj.
It's just here
Attaboy.
comes Little Wayne,
Okay,
the ultimate
all
Green Bay
right.
Packer on a bike.
Oh wow.
It's funny. Look at all the cheese heads. Brian is missing out. My
Yeah.
goodness. He is missing all the action here. Who's in the center there? Is that a former player? I mean, it would be a former
I don't
player,
know. I
but
don't have a TV up here, and I'm glad because I know this sounds like a circus.
Goodell, they're booing him.
Yeah, there it is.
a
Sounds
lot
like
of
a circus.
A lot of Colts fans.
I've just
Interesting.
I've got it up here I've got the tracker up on ESPN. That's how I'm doing it. So
It's fascinating. There's so many people there.
and
Gosh.
I love how teams take the entire time, the whole clock, when they've known for 3 days
Yeah.
now who they're picking.
Yeah.
This
Sometimes
takes.
I've seen them like on the clock, and then somebody all of a sudden it's like they're off the clock now. I'm like, what?
That's how it should be. It should take 38 seconds to turn in the card for Cam Ward. Like America knows who we're picking. Although Atlanta goes and flipped the script last year, I remember Brian just losing his mind.
When that was pretty crazy.
Penix.
The crazy one too was when the Packers picked Jordan Love. Right. I was like, what? And Brian was like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
That was a surprise, honestly. I was shocked. That was a weird, odd move where you're like, really?
But I think though I think we're gonna have more to talk about tonight in shocking moves and stuff like that. Like I said, if this Bears thing really goes down, if the top 3 picks go like they're supposed to go, and the Bears really trade up to 5, I think that's going to be something to talk about for a long time.
Yeah,
because I just think Ashton Gentry at 5 is a stretch. I think honestly in the first round of running backs is a stretch, but at 5,
yeah, absolutely,
that's a huge stretch. I don't know what time Brian's planning on joining us, but I kind of hope he's around for that.
They're talking. I mean, he's missing all out. They're showing Clyde Matthews, Jordy Nelson, James Jones, Mason Crosby.
He's probably watching it on his phone driving home.
He texts. He's like, "Guys, I got in a wreck. I
Yeah,
was watching the
yeah,
draft on the phone."
yeah.
So hold on. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, I bet Paul's going to be upset about that one. So Clay Matthews came out there, said Trump had a message for all the 32 teams out there, and it said the Bears still suck. So Paul is probably not happy there. But that was that was funny, actually. All right, here we go. Here we go, Tennessee. Come on. What are you gonna do? You gonna do what we all think you're gonna do? are you
Or
gonna
are you gonna trade it
are you
away
gonna
and shock the world?
Cowboys trade up to 1?
You
What?
know, there was a small um part of time when that was the rumor of involving Micah Parsons and trying to do that. And I
That's
said
crazy.
that's wild. That's but it didn't last long, but there was speculation of Dallas being when Tennessee was shopping it for a little while and
Yeah.
seeing what they could get. There was talk of Micah Parsons being in a package deal. Micah and 12 for the one and I mean I just don't know. I mean, what would you do at that point? What would they draft? Because they need a wide
Yeah.
receiver, they need a running back. Those are the top really two priorities. Um, Maybe a lineman, and you're not going to take any of those at one. I mean, that would have been the Travis Hunter show, and I please don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is going to be interesting. It says here in terms of team needs, they obviously need a quarterback, edge rusher.
Right.
I mean,
I have it as um
few things
quarterback,
really. I mean,
edge,
good
wide
amount.
receiver, linebacker, and safety.
Yep, quite a bit actually.
Yeah. I mean, you win 2 games last year, 3 games. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously that's what when you win like that, that you're the list of what you need is very long. I mean, because you won 3 games in the NFL.
yeah, yeah,
The teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, the list is very short. Although they're going to need a lot of defensive help because they lost a lot on the backside on the defensive side of the ball.
yeah.
So if you're an Eagles fan, you should be looking defensively.
I'm gonna check something
I
real
don't
quick.
have 32 first round grades either, so that'll be fun once we get down to the bottom of 25 or 26. Now we're starting to scratch guys that shouldn't be on the first day, and they're going to be on the first day.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking something on.
They say the best fit is Cam Ward, and the best available is Bill Carter. They've got that guy slotted to. I mean, and maybe they shock the world and
Maybe
draft
they
this
do.
draft
They
and
could.
Bill
They could.
Carter
They could
and
go after Carter. Yeah, I could see that.
and really ruin the Giants' plans.
Yeah. Because then at that point, I don't know what they would do.
I think they would have to draft a quarterback because
Well,
Cam Ward
Cleveland Giants or the Cleveland. If
both.
let's say Tennessee gets Carter.
Well, I think it kind of just flip flops. I think Carter
Yeah.
would go to to Tennessee. Um, Cam Ward would go to Cleveland, and I think Travis Hunter would
Yeah.
go to the Giants. Maybe
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of insane because if you put all that in perspective, because the Giants had, their quarterback is, he's not going to stay there forever. So obviously,
No.
I mean, that would probably throw a wrench in their plans.
Oh, it would. Absolutely.
Goodness sakes, how much time's left on here? 5 minutes. They're gonna wait the whole 5 minutes to go.
I know.
Hey guys, we're gonna.
Yeah.
This is
Hey
who we're
guys,
picking.
we're gonna do something that you talked about for 3 weeks now.
I mean, one question I'm curious about the Bengals. What would the Bengals
You need defensive
do
help.
in this?
Your defense was an absolute travesty last year, and you just signed both your wide receivers, so you don't need them. You don't need a quarterback. You really probably don't need a running back. You need everything on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's true. And the Bills, gosh, dude,
Right.
that's another one where it's like things. You're not in the worst position, but you seem to not find a way to get over that speed bump.
Like, see if the Bears trade up from 10 on up. Their biggest needs are O-line, D-line, running back. Running back is third on their list. The Bengals need edge, safety, linebacker, O-line, and cornerback. So, like,
who's the running back for Buffalo?
Somebody pretty popular.
And they're just right now, guys. They're just showing off. They're just showing
James Cook.
Okay. I know that they have mentioned Broncos getting running back. I think the only thing that they want with a running back is as a running back that is multifaceted that can block.
Broncos' biggest needs: running back, wide receiver, cornerback, tight end, defensive line. They have tight end way
Defensive
down the list.
line is pretty good.
Yeah, well,
Maybe depth, I guess.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. That's why it's last. Is
Yeah.
would be depth.
Tight end. I mean, we need it. We did get a good one in free agency, but we need more. We need more. I told Brian that stat. Our total tight ends all the year last year they only mustered up like 80 something yards, which is ridiculous. That's yards after catch, by the way. All right, picks in. Here comes Goodell to get booed. Tennessee has their pick in. It's probably going to be what we all thought.
There it is.
Cam Ward. There it is, guys.
Shocker.
Cam Ward. So now Cleveland's on the board. It's probably Carter.
Travis Hunter.
Maybe Travis Hunter. Yeah. I think Travis Hunter and then Carter. I think I could see Carter wanting to go to the New York, or New York wanting Carter, and it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, when you're in a situation like this, these two teams have a handshake. Go, hey, look, you're not getting our guy, right? Okay.
Right. And I wouldn't blame Cleveland for taking Carter. I mean, to put him on the offside, to put him on the other side, that would be one.
Oh, dude, the defense. Yeah.
Bad pass rush if you have Carter and the guy that they just signed to a long-term contract. I mean,
is it Garrett?
Yeah.
Myles Garrett?
Yeah, that would be be pretty stout.
That's dangerous.
Line. Yeah.
I don't even want to see that team.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah,
Well, you literally. I mean,
you
what?
wouldn't be throwing a lot against Cleveland,
No, no. I'm very interested to see. Whoa, whoa, whoa! We got to change. Jacksonville's at 2 now. No, did they just trade? Look that up, Craig, because I'm seeing Jacksonville's logo.
Oh,
Jacksonville is sitting at number 2 right now.
they just gave up. Now, see here, like I said, I called this. It's starting to get wild already.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it is, because what does Jacksonville need? Jacksonville needs D-line. You know who they're coming to get? They're coming to get Abdul Carter.
Yep.
They just messed the whole Giants. The Giants are in panic mode right now. The Giants are scrambling right now.
All right, I changed the thing there. Let me let's save this. Okay. Okay. All right, I changed something on their YouTube studio. So, I think the title was too long. All right, well, I'm going to update this real quick. Let me refresh this to have a more accurate look here. Come on now. As you can see, there's been a trade, and Jacksonville is doing something.
And
they're showing the draft room.
And what they give up.
And what did they? Were they going to say that after this is picked, or have they already announced that?
No, well, I mean, they'll. I mean, it'll probably come across the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
What they
Yeah,
gave up.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
With tonight's trade, the Browns are now armed to select a quarterback. In this year's draft, they're currently on 3 of the top 36 picks. Number 5, number 36, 3, and number 36.
Wow. That is pretty nuts. Their picks in, says.
Well, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be Abdul Carter. Let me help you.
Unless it's Travis Hunter.
Oh, I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's showing in the Jaguars draft room the kind of breakdown of the what they gave up basically. There's the Khan family, of course, they're excited. So it's interesting.
This has to be Abdul Carter because it's the only reason you move ahead of New York.
Yeah.
Is because you knew New York was going to take. You knew New York was going to take Carter, and this is the only reason you move up. You trade with Cleveland to get ahead of New York. Now the question is, did the Giants? Now the question is, did the Giants take a quarterback or take Travis Hunter? Or does Hunter fall? And now the trade that we had talked about with Chicago probably doesn't go through. even though if the same three guys, does that deter New England from Trump trading out at four? You know, I mean, that was the going to be the trade. Was I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
We
I'm very interested to see what
I
happens
think
here.
this has to be Abdul Carter. That's the only reason you jump in front of the Giants is because you knew they were going to get them. Because if not, you could probably stay at 5, unless they're getting Ashton Gentry because they heard that the Bears were trying to come up and get him. But I just don't think so. You need an edge rusher bad.
They're talking about Walter Payton Award winner or Walter Payton Man of the Year. How, who was it? Derek Armstead? All right. Well, here we go. The crowd barely reacted to this guy saying something. Wow. They did not seem excited. That's crazy to me that Jacksonville came swooping in, dude. Jeez.
Yeah, I had not heard that at all. I've been on deal all day, and I had not heard anything about Jacksonville.
That's nuts.
This really throws a monkey wrench into the New York. They're scrambling right now. They have
Yeah.
to be scrambling. If it shows their war room, it's got to be pure panic in the Giants' war room right now.
It's on fire. They're all like,
it's just people running around making phone calls. Are they going to trade back now? Will that cause them to trade back? I told you before we started that I thought there was going to be a lot of movement this year. Something told me there was going to be a lot of trades.
Travis Hunter. Woo!
Wow. Well, and all of a
Oh,
sudden,
dang.
and all of the sudden, the New York war room calms down and they still get their guy.
Yeah.
Why would
Travis Hunter
up to get him? Well, because Cleveland was going to draft him.
Yeah.
Which tells me Cleveland wasn't. But see, if Cleveland was going to draft him, they wouldn't trade. They're not going to trade their guy that they want. That means Cleveland was never going to draft him.
Yeah, that's true. Let me pause this.
Which tells me Cleveland's drafting a quarterback at 5. So is that the Shadur Sanders? Is Sanders going to be gone at 5?
Sorry, I had to fix my mic thing, like boom mic. Travis Hunter's dancing. He's wearing pink, bright pink, sports coat. I guess it's interesting. I mean, I think Jacksonville's a better situation than Cleveland. I don't
Not
know.
really.
No.
Well, I don't know. They're both kind of dumpster fires.
Yeah. Damn, they got a lot of picks though. That's crazy. I thought he wanted to play in Colorado. I'm just joking. He mentioned that he's like, I don't want to leave and go anywhere else. I'm like, hey, you can't really pick, so unless you sit out and pull a John Elway. Dang, dude, that's nuts, man. No one was talking about that. Abdul Carter's still up there, obviously.
Yeah, I think he has to go here.
Let me see if Brian
I just thought the only reason they would move up ahead of the Giants would have been to draft Carter. It just
All
made
right, I'm gonna
sense.
text Brown. Yeah. Whew. And they still okay. So now Cleveland goes down
To
to
five,
5.
which
Jacksonville, they still have picks in round 1 or no? No.
no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
I
That was
thought it
theirs.
was like they had like 2 more or something. I'm like,
No,
no.
no, no, no.
I was like, geez. All
But
right, picks in Giants. That was quick. I think they
yeah,
know who they
I think
want.
that's what I'm saying. I think they're relieved that Carter was still there. I think they had to think that Carter the same thing that we thought.
Yeah. Yeah. think Brian said he's almost here or almost here. He's almost to the show. Uh he like busts through. It's like, whoa, what? Um and I think he said Ryan's gonna come on here after the Cowboys pick. Maybe. So I don't in order to add him, hopefully Brian's here by then. I can add someone, but I don't know how to I don't have Ryan's number, so um we'll see.
Well, Cowboys don't pick till 12. He should be here by 12,
Okay.
unless they do something crazy and trade up.
Cowboys trade down. They just
Yeah,
completely
well,
trade
and
out of the first round.
that's
That's
Captain
possible.
Tradeback. Jerry loves doing that, and honestly, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, you could get for what you need. You could go back and get some more picks and help yourself out. I really wouldn't mind that this year.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the pick's going to be a wide receiver for Dallas, but I could be wrong.
Well, if their picks in, they need to say what it is. They were pretty quick to say it was in, so Travis on the phone with is it Nick Khan? I know there's a Khan family, but I just don't remember
Yeah.
what the dad's name is. And quarterback is still Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was just hurt last year
that's
after
true.
that crazy hit that he took that curled his toes up.
I am kind of I'm kind of surprised maybe that Miami wouldn't have tried to go up and maybe get a quarterback or something.
We're not
They may
done
still
yet.
get a quarterback.
Cleveland might be not done trading.
Abdul Carter is what we were talking about.
Yep.
So, here we go. It's kind of fallen in place the way we thought. So,
Well, it is. It's just in a different
in a different
team.
way.
In a
Yeah.
different team. The picks are the same. Just the team is different.
The Cleveland one was the shock. It
That's
was
what
like,
I'm saying.
okay,
The order was the same, as we had talked about.
who did Cleveland want then?
That's what I'm saying. I think they have to be drafting a quarterback. I think they have to be going after a quarterback.
So maybe they're going after Shadir.
That's what I'm thinking.
Was Shadir tied to Jacksonville? Was it something that
No,
no?
he was tied to the Giants. He was
The
tied
Giants,
to
yeah.
New Orleans. He was tied to Pittsburgh. He's been tied to several teams, but not Jacksonville.
I praised the Giants on this one. Good
Right.
job. Great pickup. Dallas, you guys are gonna have some trouble.
You are. If he stays healthy. I mean, I don't know how the foot is. I'm assuming it's okay.
That's gonna be a. Oof. You'll be playing him twice a year.
Mm-hmm. So now this is where the trade could happen between Chicago and New England. Rumor has it, if those were the first 3 picks, that was going to be the trade, that it was already in place, but I don't know.
Gosh, dude, they're showing Abdul Carter highlights. I'm like, jeez. I'm like, he's freaking fast, dude. Jeez. He kind of looks like Micah Parsons in terms of the way he's.
Yeah, they came from the same school. That apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Pretty wild. That would have been kind of interesting to see Abdul if the Cowboys could have got him and Micah Parsons.
That would have been fun.
All right, New England, what are you gonna do? Picks in. They didn't trade it.
They did not.
Who are they going after?
Probably Mason. No.
Don't tell me they're getting a quarterback.
Ooh, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Probably an offensive lineman. Maybe Ahmad Mimbois.
Like not a highlight pick type of deal, more like
from Missouri. I mean, he's the offensive tackle from Missouri.
Yeah, lineman. But those are super important people. Like let's not scoff at that. Whoa. The 1st Battalion, 100 and dang, they got helicopters. Dang, that's so cool, man. Going right over the stadium. Huh, that's pretty cool. Well, commercial on this end, at least. Okay, Brian, say you're on your way. 8:20 is shut down. No, I'm kidding.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. I'm just guessing because I would assume 8:20 would be shut down.
35 was closed all day because of an 18-wheeler that ran over because, flipped over because of the rain. And
so, yeah. So, I mean, Brian said he was dealing with some stuff, so I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either. He called me last night while I was bowling, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot you bowling on Wednesday." I'm like, "Yeah, I've only done it the entire time you've known me." So,
how'd that go?
Oh,
Bowl.
Great. So we're in place to bowl for the league championship here shortly if things go the way they're supposed to.
Oh, here he is. Here is the cheesehead himself. Mr.
Funny
Cheesehead.
if he really had a cheese head on right now.
Yeah.
Using his AOL dial-up internet?
No, I think he couldn't hear us. So which means his headset didn't switch. I could hear you, Brian. You couldn't hear us?
I never heard him.
I heard him. I heard him clicking. Did he put this on Facebook or something? So I think Ryan was probably gonna pop on here. Shoot.
All right, gentlemen, I am here. Glad to be on.
Well, you missed the shocker of the night. Jacksonville trades up to 2 and gets Travis Hunter.
I saw that on the way in. I was like, oh my goodness, blowing it up.
I thought when they moved up ahead of the Giants, they were going to get Abdul Carter, but
yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because at first I didn't even realize what was happening. We're talking, and I'm watching, and I look over real quick to see what's going on, and then I just see like the Jacksonville Jaguar logo, and I'm like, "Where did we like miss 2 pick? What is going on?" And I look over, and it's still round 1, and it's still pick 2. I'm like, "What? Like what happened?"
All right. Oh man,
So now we have the Patriots. The Patriots pick is in. Abdul Carter goes to the Giants. We kind of thought that. A lot of people kind of been saying that.
Well, we kind of thought that after the
especially after that. Yeah,
after the Hunter one, but
yeah, this is definitely the pick. Abdul Carter is definitely the pick coming up. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
No, it
guy is an absolute beast. He's the
Giants already picked him. This is the New England pick.
New England pick. Abdul Carter is the Giants. Yeah.
Okay.
Abdul Carter's going to be facing the Cowboys twice.
Sorry, I haven't eaten all day, so
this should be an offensive lineman, but we'll see.
I would think that's true.
They're in love with I forget his name, but they're in love with a certain offensive lineman. So
Armand Membua from Missouri, maybe.
What? Will Campbell.
Oh,
offensive. Is that offensive tackle?
Yeah, another tackle.
LSU.
Just a different. Yeah.
Just a different dude.
Yeah.
I wonder where Cleveland's going since they didn't get their guy.
Probably down the Shadur Sanders rabbit hole, but I don't know.
I think Cleveland was probably going after, I don't know, Shadur, probably.
Because, I mean, if you wanted Hunter, you wouldn't trade. You had him. You had your guy. You had your ability. If you were sold on Hunter, then you wouldn't have traded with Jacksonville. So I think you had to believe that they weren't sold on Hunter and they were sold on the quarterback and knew that New England wasn't going to take one, so they could go down to 5, get some extra picks, and still get the guy they wanted.
Maybe Travis Hunter is not willing to be playing dual. He's not wanting to give up that possibility of playing both.
Yeah, what
maybe Cleveland was like, you're not doing both. Yeah.
What did Jacksonville give up to Cleveland?
Well, obviously they swapped positions. Did you find that out, Craig? I remember. I thought you read that.
I just read it says they currently own 3 of the top 36 picks, 5, 33, and 36. So I'm assuming they got Jacksonville's. They swapped picks and then they got their second round.
Okay, hang on. Okay, the Jacksonville Jaguars made a move with the Browns to trade up to number 2. Select Hunter, giving the Jaguars chance, blah, blah, blah. Jaguars moved up from 5 to give up 5th pick, number 36 pick, number 126 pick, and a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. So, dang, man.
A first round next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Which could be a top 10 pick because this isn't going to solve all the Jacksonville problems.
So Cleveland's going to be adding more souls to the pot that somehow get lost. And
I'm not sure Travis Hunter's going to do anything in Jacksonville where it's like. I tell you what, we did the draft show with Ryan the other night, successful show. And I told him if what he predicts happens, I'm going to punch the wall tonight. All right. So be prepared. If the Packers pass up on wide receiver, and I don't know if he's going to even be there for us, but Mbuka from Ohio State, and we pass him up, I'm going to punch a hole in the wall right next to me. All right. So, Mama, stay tuned live for that. Brian's live
bet
reaction.
Bet your wife will love that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Packers have never drafted a wide receiver round one, but a lot of podcasts that have been listening to agree and think that this would be the year that we fortify that position into the first round draft pick. So we'll see.
That's what Dallas needs. So we'll see.
Yeah, y'all should go with the best one in the draft, and that's Tetron McMillan. He's the best one as far as everyone's saying in the draft. Yeah. And Buka is just that he's a guy that's going to be a stud coming in. I mean, just he's an automatic pick, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's see. Wide receivers from Ohio State don't normally pan out. The pick is in.
We'll see where they go. Maybe they go defense. I'm not sold on Sanders here. I'm not sold on him.
I'm not sold on it being this high, but I don't see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, linebacker Jalen Walker, Mason Graham.
Maybe they get an offensive lineman.
Those are your top defensive guys. You still got You got a linebacker from Georgia, Jalen Walker.
Can we live stream the draft since it's
no?
Can't do that.
Sure,
that's why I have this up. Yeah, the only thing you can do is this, or you can do like the little graphics that show like, hey, the ball went this way, and
yeah,
you can. It's like kind of looks cartoony, but you can only show that. Mason Graham, Michigan.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
You're early.
So they're going. So they're going draft. They're going defense on this. Okay. I got that antenna, Brian. That's why I
was wondering. To me, it still says, "Oh, there it is."
The Raiders.
Raiders are going to go with Genty.
Oh,
they're getting Genty.
Come on.
They're getting Genty.
Shadeur. Why not?
I mean, they could.
I mean, they need a wide receiver, running back, cornerback, safety.
The
guard.
whole gambit they need, pretty much. That's a big dude. Gosh.
6'4", 296.
God. Look at that dude wrestling. God, he's huge. It always made me kind of go like, what? Brock Lesnar played football. And I'm like, gosh. You're muted, Brian.
And Brock Lesnar sucked at football.
But I mean, like, gosh, huge. I was like, can you imagine getting hit by that? I would be killed.
Oh.
Yeah, I really think Genty's going next to the Raiders. It's a definite pick for them too because they make dumb picks all the time, and they're so far away from just a running back away from being good.
They were talking about the Bears trading up and getting him at 4 or 5.
Yeah,
and
I don't want to see that.
Oh, I would because they can't block for him. So I mean,
No, they've done better on their offensive line this offseason, and they'll probably draft one, tonight. The Bears have gotten better. I will say that this offseason. Huh?
I said that's what they need to spend their draft pick on as an offensive line, but protect their quarterback before he dies.
Tell us about Mason Graham being a Michigan guy, Craig. Is he good?
Oh, Mason Graham was really good, but then again, so was the guy that Dallas drafted in college, and it didn't work out at deal. The last two Michigan defensive linemen that were drafted into the NFL, Taco Charlton and Mozzie Smith, have both been NFL busts. So that's not a good trend for Mason Graham, even though I think Mason Graham is better than both of them. He is a handful to deal with. Very quick off the ball, very, very big, causes very good run stopper, still has the pass rush ability. Yeah, he's a big body that kind of clogs up the middle.
Pick is in. The pick is in. I would love to be there in Lambeau right now. That'd be awesome. They add to the defense, and you add this guy with Myles Garrett. For sure that the defense is still going to be stout.
We were talking about if they'd have gotten Abdul Carter. Could you imagine that? Abdul Carter and that'd have been
absolute beast. I mean, they don't have a quarterback, but
right.
All right, come on, Raiders.
They need running back, wide receiver, quarterback, offensive line, a new GM.
Maybe
they got him. They got him. They got Ashton Genty.
Yep.
Genty.
Could you imagine if it said that on there, new GM under there? Yeah. Team needs. Someone be losing their job.
Nico Harrison.
Yeah.
Yay. Let him go ruin that team.
So the Jets. Right?
So the Raiders draft a running back first.
Am I that far
round.
Off? It's an interesting pick. It's like the Atlanta taking their running back 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Robinson. And you're like, you're way more.
Yeah,
like, that's not a pick you make.
And then not using him. Oh.
And it's like, I think drafting running back as high is pretty crazy, but Ashton Genty's an absolute beast. I don't think, though.
This should be either Jalen Walker or
I don't think the Raiders are obviously one player away. And they're a toxic
Will Johnson
organization. Hey, quit getting ahead. We're talking about Ashton Genty here, Craig. All right? And the Raiders.
Well, no one's. I mean, the Jets have picked Zen, but they didn't say anything yet. So,
yeah.
I'm watching the telecast.
Well, I'm watching the actual draft. But
yeah, I am too.
You're ahead.
But I'm on an antenna, so I'm always ahead. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're ruining the picks for me. You're like, they got him. Like they're like
Packers traded up, Brian. What?
My buddy texted me today. He goes, "I'm afraid we're going to take a quarterback with our 23rd pick." Oh God.
The Packers got Genty. They traded now. They picked him and then traded him.
Yeah, they pick him and they're like, "We're trading him to the Green Bay Packers." I mean,
Dude,
you draft Genty
cool.
if you're a player away, right? He's gonna go there. He's gonna get beat up with a bad offensive line and a toxic organization.
I think Carolina just traded with the Jets.
Yep.
Barry Sanders.
Oh, maybe not.
No, not yet. It doesn't seem.
They're on the clock.
They're on the clock. The Jets are. ESPN's website.
Well, it says pick is in. It's had pick is in for a while.
Yeah, I know. It didn't trade.
So Frisco, Texas is going nuts. Lone Star High School for Ashton.
Best running back in the league or in the draft, but hands down, not even close.
But he's with the Raiders. God, there's so much wrong with that organization.
I was wondering. Yeah, that is true. And that's usually why they're picking top 5 every season. So I would have been surprised wouldn't have been surprised, but I would like to see, because there's been rumors that the Broncos are going to trade up and get their running back. I'm like, trade up and get this guy. He's the best one in the by far.
I think that
5 is just too high for a running back.
Yeah,
But
it is. It is.
he's a great running back production wise, but what about blocking? What about those elements?
He's okay.
Yeah, he could catch out of the backfield.
He's okay at pass blocking. He's very good catching the football out of the back.
And I think that's what Sean Payton's looking for, is a pass blocker and other skills.
I'll
So
tell
I
you
think
where to find one, and that's the guy from Iowa State or wherever it is, the Scatterboo or whatever. But they saying he might
No.
around 3.
no, if he falls, then I think Broncos might try to grab that guy. But tight end, I honestly think they're getting a tight end.
The best one will go. Let's be a top 10 pick. He's a guy out of Penn State's absolute beast.
He might
Beast.
go here. He might go right here.
He could.
Tyler Warren.
Yep, he's an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see what the Jets do. There's been rumors of Breece Hall to the Cowboys today and just different things. There's been rumors the Cowboys making trades, but nothing's come apart. I was listening to I was listening to you guys on the drive home. And Craig, I heard you say that you think there's going to be a lot of trades, a lot of moves. I don't think there is, just because.
Well, I thought I'd hit the nail right on the head in the second pick of the draft, but I mean,
there's only 15 or there's only 16 first round graded players in this year's draft.
I mean, that's what I have. I don't have very much more than that.
That's why it's like
what I told Jeff. I was like, once we get down to 20, now we're going to be drafting guys that aren't supposed to be on day one.
Yep, this draft isn't as heavy with superstars. There's a lot of
Good
depth
players,
pieces to add to your team, and the second and third round.
I don't have a first round grade on Shadur Sanders, but I mean that's just me.
Yeah,
Dang,
neither
dude.
did.
Jets pick's been in for how long?
Yeah. Well, I'm on a Progressive commercial right now, so.
So am I. Well, I'm on a Mattress Firm commercial. Maybe the Colorado area gets different targeted. We get mattresses ones, and you get car insurance.
We need it here in Texas.
Are you on 820 today?
No.
You don't live. Okay, you don't have to get on there, do you?
No, I get on 35, and that's a freaking mess. The rain and.
I'll say this much: the setup in Green Bay is pretty cool. It's right there by the Lambeau Field. They have Lambeau Field open too. I guess they're showing it on the screen.
I would love to be there.
It's pretty cool. They had.
I will go one day.
They had.
I will go one day.
Clay Matthews out there, and he said the Bears still suck. According to.
Love it.
So Paul's probably mad.
I haven't talked to him in a while. We need to get him on.
Minutes after drafting Giants GM Joel Shohan says the team is picking up Kayvon Thibodeau's 5th-year option.
Yeah, they added those two guys. That's going to be a good defensive rush. Now, they don't have a quarterback or much else, but they're going to get to your quarterback. Not good for you. It's basically, Ryan says, a Micah Parsons clone, pretty much.
Yeah, well, yeah, they came from the same school. That apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. Jets need right tackle, wide receiver, tight end, edge. They did quarterback.
Tyler Warren or
there we go.
Mambua.
They did Aaron Rodgers dirty. Have him fly all the way across the country for a 10-minute conversation and said, "We're moving on." I'm like, you could have told me over the phone. Absolutely dirty, bro.
Not like he's paying for the
They got a tackle.
He did. They made him pay for the flight too.
Yeah, the Mambua.
They got a tackle.
Mm.
Well, they need it for. They should have. When they got Rodgers, they should have fixed their offensive line. So, I still think they're doing with what's his face.
Allowed 1 sack in 391 pass blocks in 2024. God.
So now here
Crazy.
comes Carolina, who needs
Second fastest 40 in the draft, I think it's
an edge rusher, a safety, cornerback, wide receiver. Will Johnson might go right here from Michigan.
Trying to see if I can pull it up. I need to pull up Ryan's mock draft to see how close he is to any of this.
Is he on? Is he going to be on here?
I think the
Or is
top three.
He might.
picks-
I'm going to send him. I'm going to send him a.
I think the top 3 picks are he has in order, but probably doesn't have 2 going to.
Yeah, he doesn't have the move up. He might jump on here in a little bit and give us a
Because the Cowboys are coming up.
number 12. He said he's going to do it. If he does it, he'll do it after they pick. Where's this stuff at?
9 could be Shadur Sanders. They like another kid, that Jackson Dart, but he won't be at 9. That would be the Penix Jr. pick of the day if it's Jackson Dart, because he's not even really a first-round pick, but they love him supposedly in New Orleans. If you're Derek Carr, you're sweating bullets right now.
That's where he had Shadur Sanders going is the Saints.
Well, that's there's talk of that.
See, and that's kind of the stuff I see the Cowboys going after is like a lot of just linemen.
That's what they need.
No,
they need a wide receiver too, though. I mean, I think that's who they
true.
go after. Somebody.
They're going to go after wide receiver more than likely.
Yeah, because they lost, Brandon.
Well, they could have had some in the free agent market, but
Oh yeah. Well, and
then they could have just focused on
rumor
trying
with
to.
a trade from Pittsburgh to get.
All right. So far, other than the move up, Ryan Sims is 100% on the draft. Besides the Jacksonville moving up, the same players went in the same spot. So he's got Shadur Sanders. He's got Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia, going here.
That's what I
and then he's got Shadur Sanders going number 9.
That or Will Johnson. It's either going to be Walker or Johnson.
Yeah.
So they when they set this up, they just like create a whole stage and stuff right there outside the stadium, Brian.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what Detroit did too.
Okay.
It's a stage set up outside the stadium in the parking lot. Now, Detroit, I don't remember seeing anybody in the stadium last year. They have people in the stadium this year in Green Bay, so they're probably watching it on the Jumbotron.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
So
that's kind of
because it looked like there was more people at the at the then I'd be outside with.
There was a lot of tailgating. There was was it Lil Wayne running around on a bike and Roger Goodell on a bike, and it's kind of an interesting.
Yeah, their bike tradition. I like it. Let's see, guys. Come on, join the show. NFL Draft. We know you guys are watching it. Come on and join the show. Get in the comment section on YouTube on the Sportscast. So far, I mean, other than the Jacksonville move up, kind of going like Ryan thought at least. An interesting pick Ryan has too is he picked Jalen Milroe to the Steelers at 21.
Yeah.
And
If
because
Sanders goes at 9, I agree.
Because they asked him to show up, but they usually don't ask you to show up if they don't think someone's seriously going to take you in the top, So we'll see. I don't think Jalen Milroe is an NFL quarterback, but he runs the ball a lot really well, and it seems like the Steelers kind of guy. But we'll see. He has Jerome McMillan for the Arizona wide receiver going to the Dallas Cowboys, which we'll see about that. And Tyler Warren's still there. He has going to Indianapolis at 14. I'm surprised he wouldn't go a little earlier than that, but we'll see if Shadur or Jalen Walker here's here with Carolina. Again, Carolina's in a weird position because we got Bryce Young. They went through the whole debacle. They benched Bryce Young. They brought him back out. He looked better. So they're trying to figure out who the quarterback's going to be. And is Bryce Young the guy? They're still in a rebuilding phase. It seems like they've been in a rebuilding phase since Cam Newton left. So they could really go anywhere with this pick, but it's probably Jalen Walker.
Wide receiver.
They went wide receiver?
There goes T-Mac right there.
Oh, no. Whew.
Yep.
That's interesting. Good pick. The guy's an absolute beast of a wide receiver. That guy didn't look happy. At first, he's like, who? I mean, someone to help out the quarterback.
Well, and now, I mean, does that change New Orleans? I mean, you don't think that Jalen Walker or Will Johnson were going to be here. So does that change their...
My interest is...
They need a wide receiver, too.
Does it change the Cowboys now? Because he was smocked to go to y'all by a bunch of people.
It changes Dallas. Dallas probably trades back now.
Yeah.
Well, there's rumors you guys are linked to my guy that I want, Mbuka. Emeke Mbuka. So if that's the pick, I'm gonna be frustrated. That's the guy I want. But
well,
maybe I'll do trade down. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I just think this is too high for Sanders. Well, the pick's in already for New Orleans. They were on top of what they already. I mean, obviously, the wide receiver draft there didn't change their plans any because they had the card ready as soon as. I like that. Not waiting the whole. Minutes.
And I could see because we'll see what the Saints do, obviously, but the Bears, he has a tackle going, Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas. That's what Ryan thinks. They could possibly now change theirs to Jalen Walker or someone on the defensive end that they didn't think was going to be there at this point. But
right, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind the Cowboys getting Will Johnson if he's still there. I'll tell you that right now.
Which one's Will Johnson?
He's a cornerback from Michigan, and he's a stud. He's a lockdown corner from Michigan.
Huh.
I need to pull it up here.
The quarterback from Ohio State will have nightmares about Will Johnson in his sleep.
Will Johnson. I'm going to tell you what Ryan said about Will Johnson. He is not a first-round grade. He has him. He says he's a little slow for a cornerback. He refused to run a 40 in high school or college or any of that. So we don't really know his 40 time.
He doesn't need a 40 time. I can tell you right now that he had about 5 pick sixes last year. So
We'll see where he goes. That'd be interesting. Basically, Ryan's mock or Ryan's what is it called? Ryan's comparison to McMillan is he's basically a Mike Evans guy. He said picture Mike Evans 2.0 for Tetro McMillan. So that's a pretty big pickup if he's really that good. I've seen some of his play in college, and we'll see. We'll see what Dallas goes now because
ESPN
I think
has
this
him as the number 1 wide receiver in the draft, and overall ranking of 13, grade of 91.
I think this is a shocker for. I don't think people had him going to the Panthers. I think they picked a.
I think they thought Dallas was plenty high at 12 to get him. They really thought that it was a stretch at 12, that they might trade back and get him.
All right, we'll see if Shadur goes next. That's what Ryan has. I'm just saying Ryan a lot, but I'm just going off of his draft picks. I'm interested to see how many he gets right. Definitely didn't get that one right. I don't think anybody did.
Hang on a second. I'm making a couple of shorts real quick.
You think the Cowboys could pick Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State? They're looking for an offensive guy. If that guy's a juggernaut.
I mean, if he's still there, I think it's an option because they need a tight end. I mean, I'm not real happy with the ones we have. The kid from
maybe
old Schooner is not exactly.
No.
Yeah, and I think would be a reason that they don't draft Will Johnson is because the last 3 guys they've drafted from Michigan have not panned out. The last guy to pan out was the cornerback they just lost. The slot corner they just lost. That was the last kid from Michigan that worked out. Kelvin Banks Jr.
Yep.
That's who he had Chicago picking. Whew, he was wrong by 1 spot there. Interesting pick because they go with an offensive lineman and Derek Carr is going to miss a lot of the time. They did need, but, and I'm not saying Shadur should have been the pick. I'm not a big Shadur Sanders fan. I'm just saying, what are you going to do with Derek Carr's not playing? Who's your quarterback?
I hope it's not the answer that.
Maybe Shadur Sanders, the Dallas Cowboys. That would be hilarious at number 12. I would lose my mind.
Whoa. No way. 0.
He's still on the board. That would be a good old Jerry pick. You'd have to hold him back from draft Shadur.
I'm gonna be the Brian and punch holes in the wall if that happens. Automatic log off for the night if that happens.
The Bears are in. I think they pick an offensive lineman here, maybe a linebacker.
That or Jalen Walker. I don't think they thought Jalen Walker would be here at 10.
What do you think about Jalen Walker? Because they don't know if he's an edge or a linebacker. He's a little too small to be an edge, but a little too big to be a lineman.
Well,
weird.
I think you could do like Micah. I think you could move him around. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, let him put on a little weight in the weight room, and
Ryan says he's the best athlete in the draft, Jalen Walker.
I think so. I mean, yeah.
I do not want to see him go to Chicago there if that is the case.
I did not think he would still be there at 9 or 10,
Yeah. Maybe because these guys are still there, maybe you see other teams move up because they're like, hey, he's fallen this far. Let's move up. We don't got to give up that much to move up and get him. We'll see what happens here.
Right. I mean, Tyler Warren is falling a little bit further than everybody thought. I mean, there could be if somebody needs a tight end. I mean, San Francisco's next. They don't really need a tight end.
Where'd you have him going, Tyler Warren?
And I had him going to the Jets.
He had him going 14 to the Colts.
Well, I mean, that's another place they need to tight end too.
Yeah. The pick is in for the Bears.
I think this
All right.
I think
what I wonder what
Jalen Walker.
kicker from.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be.
Oh, they're just poking fun at the Bears fans.
Yeah, because the Bears suck.
Jalen Walker, 6'1", 243. They got him ranked as the position rank of 2, overall rank of 4, grade of 93.
Schedule release May 14th. Well, I think
maybe me and Craig hit up the Packers and Cowboys game in AT&T Stadium this year, Craig.
I think the
better float alone.
I think the Cowboys play here in Denver. I think the Packers play here too. I'm not sure.
May 14th. That's how far we are behind you, Jeff. They just announced May 14th. Damn it.
Jeff's got tomorrow already.
Yeah, I'm just like, we're on day 2 here.
I'm on round 2. What?
Calm down.
I can already tell you who the Cowboys drafted.
What is ESPN? What are the needs that ESPN says Chicago has? Chicago needs
running back, wide receiver, cornerback, and edge.
Oh, there's people holding their nose.
Booing them.
Yeah. That is pretty wild to see, like, Giants or Bears fans sitting there and standing around.
Makes me sick. Yep. A special hate for the Chicago Bears. He's holding his nose. That's how late we are, Jeff. 10 minutes later. I'm mad they got Ben Johnson, man. Don't ruin it for me, Jeff. Don't say it. Don't say it yet.
Did I just hear the word running
back? You heard Walter Payton. So unless he's alive
I was
again.
Like, who the
they select Walter Payton.
I was like,
what
in the world of running back? I was like, there's no way.
Hold on, let's see. Don't ruin it. We don't care about the Bears. Walter Payton was a beast. Gotta respect greatness.
Whoa.
That's not a good reaction.
No one was talking about that.
Colston Loveland from Michigan, a tight end. Not even the best tight end, and not anywhere near what the kid from Penn State is.
That's who they went with?
Yes.
That's who they went with? What a terrible pick.
What a miss.
The best tight end still on the board.
What a miss. I'm a diehard Michigan fan, and Colston Loveland above Tyler Warren is a travesty.
Hold on. I got to text. What's his name? Paul. Wow, I bet he's pulling his hair. Well, never mind, he's bald. Paul, I bet you're pulling your hair out right now. I got to text Ryan, too. That is insane. This is a bad pick. Bad pick.
No one was even talking about this dude. I didn't hear this guy's name in a lot of things.
Not a day one pick. That's why.
Wow. That is hilarious. Love it.
Right.
I love it.
He's
I
not
love
a
it.
day one pick at all. At all. I mean, I was looking at him for Dallas, but tomorrow, like late tomorrow, like third or fourth round.
Yeah, Ryan had him pick at number. He had him on his 50 board. He had him at 44. Day 2 guy.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, I thought Dallas could get him tomorrow at right around, 49ers are now on the clock. They need a tackle, cornerback, edge, defensive tackle. I mean, they might.
No, their pick's in.
Right. But,
okay. Yeah,
but I mean, Jalen Walker has got to be sometime. I'll tell you right now, if Jalen Walker's on the board next, Dallas better draft him.
Shadir Sanders.
I will be logged off for the night, boys. If that happens, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be driving to the Star in Frisco to punch white-haired Yoda right in the throat.
And the person that comes out to announce it, Nico Harrison.
Yeah.
Like, what? Get out of here.
White-haired Yoda better not screw this up.
White hair, yeah. If Shadir's still there, he might. They might have to hold Jerry back.
I could see it. I could see it. And then all of a sudden it's like, here comes prime time coming to coach. Woo-hoo.
I would laugh so hard.
They fire the coach before he ever coaches the game. They just hired him.
They announced they got Shadir Sanders, and in the exact same breath, the commissioner says the coach is fired and Prime is now coach.
Yeah.
They trade the coach from Dallas to Colorado, and they get Prime.
The new
it's
coach
like,
of the
what?
Colorado Buffalo.
There'd be so many people mad here. They're like, wait, huh? There's people not happy that they retired the numbers.
Stupid. It's ignorant. It is retarded. That is such a joke. They didn't do anything.
He was 500.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah, they didn't even win the conference they were in. They didn't
And you
make the
get
playoffs.
I would think you would do that stuff after they've been in the NFL and they've retired. That's when you'd be like, okay, maybe.
I mean, they did the same thing with what's his name from Chicago. They retired his number. He didn't do anything.
Who?
Oh, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Oh
USC,
God,
USC.
That's even worse than what.
And he was like, "It's about time. About time. You've been gone 3 minutes."
That was even worse than doing it for those two fools. Yeah.
I told Jeff earlier, you know what the whole Shadir Sanders and Travis Hunter thing is to me? It's old dude speaking his kids into existence in the ball boys in the NFL. That's what it compares to. Is he talks things and they happen because he says them,
Yeah.
He spoke Hunter into the Heisman.
I think it's smart for me to do some shorts as we're doing this. So
that's fine. Okay. Do we want to keep this ticker up, or we want to just close it out? Because that's up to y'all.
I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. You want to take it off, or we can keep it?
Yeah.
We can bring it up again at some point, but
That's fine. We're kind of talking about him.
Oh, the biggest
pick is in for San Francisco.
The biggest miss of the day right now is Chicago. That's just mind blowing.
I bet the weather there feels great right now. Wonder where the 49ers go. Let's see. Shadur Sanders. That would be interesting.
Green Bay's not great, Brian. Come on. It smells like cheese there. Jeez.
Tastes like cheese. Cheese is great.
You're just surrounded by cheese. All right. 49ers. Let's go.
Kel Williams is still available.
Mike Green, edge from where's that state?
Do kickers typically just get do they just walk on? I mean, who?
They go in like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
4 or 5, it depends.
I would love for somebody to just troll their fans and get a kicker like the first round. Just to see the reaction.
Someone did that a couple years ago, did they not, Craig?
Ooh.
Take a kicker in the first
I
round?
don't know if it was the first round or...
Interesting.
Hold on.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Mikel
Hold on.
Williams.
How am I that far behind you, Craig? We're in the same damn state.
I think he's on the browser on the internet.
I'm on the browser on
He's just refreshing, or that ticker I had, kind of like that.
6'5", 260, the edge guy from Georgia.
So who's on the board that you said you need?
Jalen Walker, the linebacker from Michigan.
Ryan told me if Michael Williams.
I was kind of hoping that Mikel Williams was there. I think Walker or maybe Tyler Warren from Penn State. I wouldn't mind that. I don't know who the best.
Now remember, okay, it says the Packer. It says the Cowboys pick is in.
Now, hold on. Mbuka would be great for my team, so you leave him alone, Craig. Ryan said that if the 49ers pick this guy that they just picked, the what's his name?
Mikel Williams.
Where'd he go? Mikel Williams.
Yeah.
He said they're gonna pick him, and he said he's not good. He said his all hype, he talks and looks the part, but his production is not there, and that's exact words. He told me they were going to take him.
I don't disagree with that at all. Walker, Warren, Mbuka.
I don't think Ryan's coming on. He's not answering my drafts or my text, so.
My night might be over here if the word Shadur Sanders comes out of this guy's mouth. I can promise you that. Sanders, I believe, goes at 21 to the Steelers.
It's showing Jerry Jones in the draft room on the phone, very excited. He's probably talking to Coach Prime right now, and he's got a big smile on his face. He's like, "I got your boy."
No way.
You're next.
Oh my God, no.
Don't ruin the pick for me, Jeff. There's you weren't lying. Jerry Jones is on the phone. If it's in Buka, I might turn off. I might be off.
Oh my God.
What?
Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama.
Alabama.
That's who y'all chose?
Yeah. Grade of 85.
Okay, he's a Nick Saban guy. You needed a guard?
You do. You need an offensive lineman. You need several offensive.
But
You need a swing tackle.
with right now,
yes.
Ryan had this guy a second round draft grade.
wow.
Yeah, no, I didn't have him. That's a miss. That's a miss.
Who picked that, I
That is
wonder?
huge.
I wonder
Ryan
who
is
picked
not
that.
answering, so I don't know if he's doesn't want to come on because he's mad about the pick.
I probably would be.
Who
Yeah.
picked who?
There, this guy
You wouldn't.
Why pick this? Why pick this guy over them?
I don't think. I don't know. I mean, unless they think that that's a bigger need is offensive line over defensive line.
Now Ryan had him rated 18 on his list.
Jerry's
So
happy. Both the Joneses are smiling it up.
well, yeah,
They're
they got
having
the guy
a great
they,
time. But it's like, is this what?
That's what they wanted.
Were, well, I guess. The
um,
fans do not look happy. They kind of just standing around, like, kind of, who's this guy?
the offensive line is not a sexy pick.
It's not.
But it's a need.
It is a need. I'm surprised by this, but I thought you were going to go wide receiver or defensive.
Unless they have the trade in place to get a wide receiver, unless they have the trade, maybe they're trading, with Pittsburgh. Maybe they go get their guy,
I mean, it's a need. It's not a sexy pick, but let's say this guy comes in as your guard for the next 12 years, and it's a successful pick.
Right.
Yeah.
They need safety, guard, tackle, defensive tackle, linebacker.
Miami?
Yeah.
Ryan has Jahdae Barron from Texas going here. They need to protect your quarterback. They need to teach your quarterback concussion protocol, how not to take a hit.
Right.
I'm surprised they still.
I think Dallas could have traded back though and got some more picks and still got this guy. That's the thing. That's my only problem. I mean, they do need offensive line help badly. I mean,
I think of all the teams that need offensive line help, it's Miami.
Yeah, I think the kid from Texas goes here, maybe.
Josh Simmons, okay? Josh Simmons at Ohio State. Ryan has him as the sixth best player in the draft. He's fallen because of a knee injury, but the guy had surgery, and he was there to pick. I mean, there's to me better players on the board than that. And like you said, they could have traded out and still got a decent offensive lineman with some more picks.
Right.
Because you don't have a fourth round draft pick this year, do you?
We got a bunch of comp picks, so I think so. I don't think they have their fourth round, but I think they have the comp picks to make up for it. So Dallas picks at 12. No, they don't have a fourth. They have 2 fifths.
Yeah.
2 fifths.
You could have probably traded out, got a fourth, and got
2 fifths, 2 6, and 3 7s.
The Saints didn't make a sexy pick, but it was the guy they needed.
It says post-draft analysis. Dallas run game suffered in 2024, and the front office is now committing to improving the run game through the offensive line. Booker will line up as the right guard between last year's selection, Cooper Beebe, and tackle Terrence Steele. With the retirement of Zach Martin, the Cowboys immediately trying to replace the future Hall of Famer with the safest player in the draft. Booker wasn't ranked in the top 20, but the Cowboys' history of drafting offensive linemen in round 1 is brilliant.
Where'd you get that?
ESPN.
ESPN?
Matt Miller's pro comp is Tyler Smith.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Trying to get this.
Miami's pick is in.
So far, nothing too drastic in the draft. No,
Well, I mean, there's been some fails. That's for sure.
the Bears. Whew.
Yeah.
How do you not draft the best tight end there?
That was a reach, at best. I mean, like I said, I'm a Michigan fan, and that was a reach. I mean,
let's see
not a
where Miami.
reach. Not a reach if Warren was gone, but I mean, with Warren there, that was a reach. If you're, you know, the guy from Georgia, you got to be upset, you know.
We'll see who get the Rookie of the Year. Could be Genty. It could be if Travis Hunter does play both positions, then he might automatically, fill that spot. Mike Green or Marshall is supposed to be really good. Tyler Warren is the number one guy right now left. They have Matthew Golden over in Becca, and I don't think he's better than him.
History says wide receivers from Ohio State are not great. Jalen Walker's got to be just beside himself. Oh, another defensive tackle from Michigan, Kenneth Grant. He's good. He's solid. He's as solid as Mason Graham was. I mean, they were basically together. Oh, I think this is where Warren goes. I think he had the pick right. I mean, I don't think they planned on falling that far. I mean, the pick's already in, and they didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
I don't think they saw Warren getting down that far, and I think they grab him right here.
If Atlanta their sleep your draft.
Well, he's clipboard, so domino is it.
I did drafts and I say a lot, and they had like a where it random puts them in, and they had Washington taking Shedeur Sanders. I'm like, that's the most dumbest.
Yeah, there's no way.
There'd be no. There's no way.
No. I see this. Walker
Kind of bubble, and
I mean, I don't think any Walker the top is probably.
Miami's just far off. I don't think they're as good as they used to be. I like their coach, but they've got a lot of holes. Their quarterback can stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if the cheetah stays? He's been talk about him
Yeah.
leaving. Yeah, they got a lot.
Jalen Ramsey's not who he used to be.
Right.
The Colts are so far off too. I mean, this team is.
There it is. Tyler Warren.
Yep. Guy's the best tight end. I'm so glad the Bears decided to F that pickup.
Colson Loveland's got good hands. He's a good route runner, but he's just not. He's just not Tyler Warren. All right, Atlanta, what do you got? Does Walker stay home? They need an edge and a defensive tackle, a center, a safety, wide receiver.
I can see Walker going here.
Yeah, I could.
Because he fell so far that they're like, hey, this guy's falling in our laps. Let's go ahead and draft a great defensive player that they can use multiple different ways, like you talked about.
Right. You could use him as a linebacker. You could use him as the edge. You could move him all over the line. I think it would be a smart pick here.
This tight end reminds me of Gronkowski.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Or Kittle.
I would think either one of those would be a good comp.
Yeah. Beast, good route runner, good hands. He's can block. He knows how to use his body.
6'6", 256.
Yeah.
Position ranked
absolute
1, overall ranked 6, grade 93. Good job there by Indianapolis. I think that pick was in so fast because they didn't expect him to be there. If somebody would have said he was the second tight end of the draft, you'd have bet the house that wouldn't have been the case.
Yeah. The Bears messed it up. I love it. I mean, not saying that Colston won't be a good player. Maybe he will.
Right. But he's not Tyler Warren. No. I mean, if you want a guarantee or the best available at that position, Colston Loveland just wasn't it. Like I said,
700 yards after the catch. That is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Michigan fan, and I love Colston Loveland, and he's made some big catches. But like I said, he's not Tyler Warren. I mean,
yeah,
I had him in the second round easily.
The heck.
Absolute beast, man. Catch the ball, break tackles, make plays. Played some quarterback.
Atlanta's
trick
taking
plays.
a lot longer here than what I would have thought.
They are. They are.
With some guys on the board that I thought they could use.
I'm wondering where Cincinnati goes, as well as 17.
Cincinnati.
If Jalen Walker's there, you think they ought to pick him?
I mean, they better draft every round. Better be defensive for the first 2 days. I mean,
it's got to be.
Me and Jeff were talking about it earlier. You've got to do something with that defense.
They have to. They still got their defensive end. I don't know if maybe he's traded somewhere at this point.
And they just,
you think they would?
They just locked.
You think they would pay him
down? They've got a pretty good running game. They got their quarterback. I mean, they scored points. They just couldn't stop anybody last year.
You think they would pay their defense, the best defensive end? They got one of the best in the league.
Lock him down. Instead, they decided to pay both wide receivers. Which is.
And they're like, "Yeah, you could go get a trade somewhere." And I'm like, "I'll take that guy on my team any day of the week. That guy's a beast.
Yeah.
That guy's an absolute beast." Yeah, right there, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm good. I uploaded a couple shorts. One was Chicago Bears.
Atlanta down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Really weird that the pick's not in yet.
Yeah, I
wonder
put
if
a
they're not
two
trying to
shorts up.
trade it. Normally, when you see teams like this go this long, they're trying to work out a last-minute trade.
We added a subscriber, by the way.
Did
on
we?
One of them. Yeah, on one of them.
I'm a little bummed no one's in the chat room here.
Yeah, I don't know why. But it's the Jacksonville one. There's some likes on it too. I just uploaded the Bears one, so we'll see what happens with that one. Also, what's cool is after this, we can plug in the timestamps and people can also just watch it after and see our reaction, basically. Because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be analyzing this stuff. And afterwards, who won the draft? What is Denver going to do, man? I don't know.
You're getting your running back, dude.
What are we going to do?
You're getting your running back. Don't even act surprised.
What running back? I mean, what?
Omarion,
Yeah.
It's Omarion Hampton. That's your running back.
He's a blocking type of. He's a Sean Payton type of running back, that's for sure.
Is Atlanta gonna just not pick here? And
Yeah.
Atlanta's like, you know what? We give up our pick.
Well,
Yeah, they're like, nah.
The Vikings did that like 2 years in a row, I think.
Okay,
Maybe someone's trading up. Maybe they're working a trade out.
That's what I think. But I mean, they got a minute.
And the Green Bay Packers have moved up and taken a punter.
Brian would die. Like,
I would. I could see Green Bay doesn't move up in the draft, but I could see since they're in Green Bay, they'd be like, yeah, let's show everybody what we, let's move up and take a amazing player.
30 seconds.
And Mecca and Buka, that's my guy, man. Hopefully he's there. No one's picked him yet. I want him.
What if there was a rule from now on in the draft where it's like when your pick is in and it says pick is in, you have 20 seconds to get this out here now.
The pick is finally in.
And then all of a sudden, it's like if you don't, you forfeit that pick to the next team.
Oh, if you don't,
you imagine the scrambling that would happen, and be like, and then like Brian's like, yes, drop, give me a pick. Oh
pick
man,
is finally in. What were they doing?
Tells me their guys were already off the board. They're like, who are we taking now, guys?
Yeah.
Or maybe Jalen Walker and was still there, and they're going, do we take this guy? Let's pros and cons real quick.
Shadur Sanders.
They have Derek Harmon as the best fit.
Shadur Sanders
from Oregon.
They just
best available. Who? Who's best available?
Best available is Walker, but the best fit is going to be Derek Harmon from Oregon. They need a defensive tackle. They need an edge guy, too, though.
Yeah, Jackson Dart probably goes early day too. I would have guessed.
They said that New Orleans really likes Jackson Dart.
Yeah. I like him. I would take a flyer on him.
They think that New Orleans might trade back into the bottom of the first round and get him.
Could you imagine if he went before Shadur Sanders? That'd be great.
Where's the camera focused on Shadur? Like, where is that? Where it was doing that with Aaron Rodgers, it was doing that with.
Because didn't Shadur get invited to go to the green room or whatever?
Yeah,
I don't know. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just talking the draft. Tell us about your Cowboys offensive lineman there.
Absolutely love the pick. Dude's a dog. I would have had him higher on my board, except for that he plays guard, and so I typically, like my highest rated lineman, I'll knock down guards below all the tackles that I have rated high, just because of the position has less value. But Zach Martin retiring is an absolute need. This dude is a dog. He says he desires to make people quit football. He's high character. He was captain of the team. Never been injured. We're gonna run the rock. And so here's what I think happened. I think the Cowboys wanted Tet. The Panthers took him. At that
Surprise
point,
there.
yeah. So at that point, the Cowboys just looked at their stack, and the highest guy on their stack was Booker. I did read on a couple of Twitter posts that Steven was on the phone with the Texans 2 different times while they were on the clock. That's why they waited till they got down to a minute. The Texans called them for us to move down to 25. They lowballed us. Steven hung up on them. Called them back 5 minutes later. Said, "Hey, do you want to up your offer?" They said no. And I was watching the war room as it was all going on. There was like, "Hey, should we take the discussion?" You could tell was, "Did we take this lowball offer just because it's the only offer that we have, or do we just take the highest guy on our stack?" And it looks like they took the highest guy on their stack. Shoddy erupted out of his seat. You could tell this is the guy that he wanted. Clayton Adams, offensive coordinator, you could tell that he wanted it. Overall, high character guy, not a sexy pick, but
Not a sexy pick.
But the dude is
Yeah.
an absolute baller.
It's definitely a need for Dallas. Real quick, Jalen Walker goes to Atlanta as he's fallen down the board there a little bit. So we talked about him on the draft show yesterday. But yeah, I mean, not a sexy pick. But it's a pick that the Cowboys need. So,
I mean, and pick 2 again. That was just kind of like, what's going on here? Like
pick 2, Jacksonville trading up.
Yeah.
Your board's been interesting, Ryan. What are your other brothers over there? What no one saw the
Loveland pick. So
that
actually,
was terrible. Not even the best tight end.
Well, my brother-in-law said, "Hey, is Warren," right before the pick, he said, "Is Warren really the tight end one of this draft?" Because there's a lot of guys that saying homie is in Dane Brugler, who's like probably the biggest draft expert out there, has him as his number 11 overall player above Warren. So, but here's the deal. We learned last year or a couple years ago that the Bears head coach doesn't give a crap. He took Gibbs at 12, and everybody said he was an idiot, and he looked like a genius after the pick. So we'll see what happens. I would have taken Warren, but
he'll find a way. He'll find a way to use him, definitely. And I just thought Warren's a better tight end. I mean, we're talking Kittle, Gronkowski type. The yards after the catch is big with him. You saw him in the highlights alone, playing different positions and a little bit of a wildcat and different things like that. But I was laughing because I thought Warren was the better tight end. So, but Ben Johnson will definitely find a way to.
And that's what, right now, according to ESPN, the best available player in the draft is Will Johnson.
Dang, look how many people are in that dude's house. Watch
Where?
this, Brian.
Oh,
Watch.
hold on.
Gosh.
It's not there yet.
Wait, it's coming. It's pretty wild. I was like, dang, how many people? Is that a living room?
Oh my god! There you go.
He has the same amount of people that are in Lambeau Field right now in his house.
Yeah,
yeah, it was
dude.
insane.
That's the Jahdae Barron from Texas cornerback could go here. And
Walter Nolan, Ole Miss
Is that the pick?
defensive tackle.
Defensive
Yeah.
tackle.
Cardinals.
He had Ryan had him going in 11 to San Francisco. He picked Mike Green, the edge, to go to Cincinnati Bengals from Marshall. So we'll see if that's the right pick next. I think it would be a good pick.
I'm shocked with the Jalen Walker thing, honestly.
Yeah.
That's kind of shocking.
They say
Wonder
the
what
best
happened.
fit is James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee.
Nope. If we don't get Mbeka, that's our guy right there. Now, the best pick for Cincinnati? Well, I could see that. You know, he is the Ryan says the tape is there. The guy's a beast. He would have been a top 10, but the problem is he has so many off-field issues, and it's kind of taken him down the board. Some people took him off their board in general. Some people moved him to day 2 or 3, but James Pierce is from Tennessee is an absolute beast, and if whoever gets him is going to be lucky as long as he can stay on the field. Boom, manhandling that guy. I don't know. I don't know if James Pierce though is better than the guy from Marshall, Mike Green. Mike Green is a guy that Ryan says reminds him of a DeMarcus Lawrence type of player. Dog, beast. Great player. They were wondering, the only thing they wonder about him, about Mike Green, is why didn't he go somewhere bigger than the team he played for? But it's because his younger brother was playing there, and he wanted to play a year with his younger brother. So, you know, you got to respect that. But if the Cincinnati Bengals don't choose defense here, then it'd be a head scratcher.
I think Craig and I were talking about that earlier. For sure. I was curious what Cincy was going to do. I'm like, guys.
I mean, they need a quarterback. Will Johnson wouldn't be a bad pick here.
Yeah. And they definitely do need some cornerbacks. They're taking some time on this pick.
Yeah, they are. A lot longer. You would think. They're picking in.
Ryan says that Matthew Golden, Seattle, would be an interesting one. They just got rid of Metcalf. My only problem with Golden, now he's the fastest. Are you going to bench Cam Ward and start? Those are question marks Tennessee's got to answer. Maybe they trade him. Will Levis to me is a guy that he just made some boneheaded plays last year, and I don't know if he's starting.
It wouldn't hurt to let Cam sit for a year and learn and use him if you need him. If Levis, the first few weeks looks bad and makes the same decisions, then you got Cam Ward as a fallback.
Yeah, it just depends on how Will Levis made some peewee size plays last year.
Right.
Some real, and they're
decision making,
and they're going, oh my God, this is terrible.
And I mean, you wonder if that's not part of that is not having any time. I mean, the offensive line's in shambles, and he's rushed and doesn't make a lot of quick reads, and so we'll see.
I could see them maybe sitting behind there, and since he's a guy they drafted, and they've given him some time too. I will respect that. You know, a lot of guys move on from quarterbacks pretty soon, but they've given him some time there, and it'll be interesting. Maybe they make a trade with Will Levis in this draft, and someone goes out and takes a flyer on him or something. But we'll see. We'll see how day 2 and 3 turns out.
What the heck is that? Is that someone's house, Brian?
I'm watching
Wait.
a Taco Bueno commercial.
That's what I'm
So-
talking about. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No. It's when right after the commercial, they're gonna zoom in on some random. And honestly, it looks like you're at what should be your home, Brian.
A show in the stadium. That is someone's house right there.
There you go, Brian.
That's crazy.
It's for sale.
That'd be sick. You know, the house is probably with 2.3 million.
Just
Like,
because
if
the
you-
location alone.
Yes, I've looked it up, and some of those houses are worth $1 million, and it's just because they're Lambeau fields in their front yard.
Brian, there you go. Just do it, Brian. You know you will be happy for the rest of your life.
The pick
You
is
walk
in.
outside.
Dude, that'd be sick. I would tailgate every Sunday
In my front yard.
in my front yard.
All
It'd
right,
be amazing.
Cincy. What are you gonna do?
All right. I think any defensive player right now would be good. I mean, at the end of the day,
100%.
Oh, if they go anything but defense, the GM should be fired.
Okay.
offensive
Yeah,
tackle.
Shamir,
Okay.
Shamir Stewart, edge
Yep.
from A&M.
Yep. That's good.
Oh,
I mean, it's defense.
it is defense, and I just said that.
Any defense, Brian, you said.
Shadir,
Shadur is probably ripping his hair out.
Ryan's take on this guy. Athletic, explosive, but put on a show but production is not there. Says he hasn't produced. We'll see. But yeah, you're right. I just said any defensive guy. And he had him going to the Eagles at 32. That's why I said, oh, okay. That's why I was just a little shocked.
He owns the
Interesting
high school
outfit.
record
He's
for
got,
deadlifting more than 600 pounds. Okay.
wow. He's going to a team that's an instant contender, and that is got a great quarterback, and so it's good. I mean,
Tampa needs defensive back help. Will Johnson probably goes here. Maybe Barron from Texas.
what about Seattle? What does Seattle need? What are they saying Seattle needs? They're on the clock.
Oh, gosh.
Seattle needs wide receiver, guard, center, tackle,
Quite a bit.
edge.
Everything.
So wide receiver, I think the guy from Texas,
Quarterback.
I mean,
Yeah.
No.
You better hope Sam Darnold that wasn't just a fluke of a year with because you look at Minnesota. That's the best wide receiving group he's ever played with in his entire life, and he goes from that to a team who's depleted their wide receiver room.
Yes.
How does it make any sense?
Let's see. I mean, where they have Mbuka ranked. I mean, it depends. On
Maybe he
where
does Mbuka.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be pissed. I want Mbuka.
The Broncos select. You're like, what the fuck?
No, in my luck, we would trade. We would take an edge, and we need an edge. But if wide receiver's there, man, I want it. I want him. Now, I don't like Golden. I'm not a big Golden guy, but
Yeah.
maybe they go Golden here and get some speed because Golden's that guy can take a top off of defense, the fastest wide receiver in this year's
That's what I'm
draft.
saying. It's just where they have them ranked in on their board. Whether they have Mbuka ahead of the kid from Texas Golden or not. I mean,
I could see Mbuka going there. He kind of reminds me of a
Metcalf.
Well, he reminds me of more of like a Tyler Lockett, but better. The position, he's a guy, he runs great routes. He catches the ball. He
Big
you know.
body, big body.
So
Let's see what they.
The pick is in.
but Green Bay doesn't usually draft a wide receiver round 1. We've never done it. So it'd be a shock. I'd be surprised. But like I said, listen to the Locked On Packers and everything else. That's what they feel like we're going for. And I honestly agree that you can't look at our wide receiver group, what we put out the last 2 seasons, and tell me that's good enough. We led the league in drops last 2 years, and we need someone that's going to change it. And to me,
does not do that.
To me, Mbuka will do that. He'll be instantly be our number 1.
He doesn't drop the ball,
Oh yeah, no. But if we bring him in, he'll definitely be our number 1 instantly, in my opinion. And he'll be that go-to guy. Is that his dad?
I think so.
That's crazy.
He has a crazy like figurine chain.
Thanos diamond neck. Like, calm down there, Dad. Dad's got more bling on than the sun. Like, God,
He is.
what are we doing?
Thanos. You're like, what? All right. I'm getting a little worried that Shadir is still on the board and the Broncos are. I'm like, come on. Now.
Maybe he doesn't go first, or maybe he doesn't go in the first round. That would be
crazy, dude.
That would be a huge blow to his ego. It'd be great to see.
That's true.
This is already a big enough blow to the ego. I can't believe they're not talking
Yeah.
about it on ESPN.
Yeah.
The even bigger blow would be if Jackson Dart goes ahead of him.
Remember Ryan said that they could trade up and grab Shadir. Let's not do that.
Wow.
The pick is in, and let's get it.
What?
Let's get it.
That's
what in the world?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
What? Don't tell me. Hold on. Don't say it.
What in the world?
Shadir Sanders?
No.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Who?
Ray Zabel, offensive guard, North Dakota State.
Who?
Oh man.
I mean, ESPN has him ranked as the best guard in the draft.
Best guard left?
I mean, that's what they say. I mean, position rank 1, overall rank 33, grade 87. Ray Zabel, 6'6", 312 from North Dakota State.
He's not even in Ryan's top 50. So,
well, I guess Seattle is content with where they are.
Denver didn't have to move up to get the running back.
Well, I don't know. You got Tampa Bay still here.
Yeah.
I don't know what they need. Green Bay still has their guy unless Tampa Bay gets him.
Tampa is not in need of a what? Well, Tampa.
Or let's also not forget Chargers. Brian.
I'm getting nervous.
Let's also not forget Chargers.
Because when he's there, if he's there when we draft him, and now that's the nervous rack, right? You get a little nervous because the guy you want's still there on your team, but then you got to hope that they pick him because it could be all for nothing.
Well, I knew they were getting Bo Nix. When they got Bo Nix, I was like,
yes.
Once that happened, I was like, okay, they got it. Once they were on the clock, I'm like, I know what they're getting. I know exactly what they're getting.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4 picks of possible coming.
Yep. Is Harbaugh going to ruin your day?
He's got that country boy strength. He grew up on the farm. I bought that farming simulator game. And I was like, oh, this might be like relaxing. It's so boring. I bought it and I played it for like a day and I was like, all right, it's terrible.
There is a soccer game that looks kind of cool. It's like 3v3 or something like that, or 4v4. But it's like from the it plays interesting. It's called Rematch. It looks cool actually. It's like a fighting game mixed with soccer. If that makes any sense, it's interesting.
We need, me and you need to talk some, not on here obviously, but some Last of Us 2. Woo, woo, woo! Anyways, I texted Bearski Films. I said, you didn't even take the best tight end in the draft, and he said, nope, it's just what we do. Love it, love it, love it. My luck is he's going to come out here and be the best tight end next season and win Rookie of the Year. I'd be like, son of a... Ben Johnson did it again. I'm bummed that the chat's not there, man. I'm bummed.
Yeah.
Maybe not being on YouTube the last couple weeks kind of killed it.
Maybe.
Damn
Possible.
Riverside.
We did lose some viewers actually because of that. Let me change this to public. I don't know why it did that stupid thing.
Tampa's
Change what to public?
in.
And we're on Facebook.
I had a short that was on for some reason private. I don't know. I think I do private sometimes because I don't know if if the audio is going to get flagged. So I just put it on private first to see, and then it doesn't. Then I have to go in and change it. So
And we're live on YouTube, right?
Yeah, live on YouTube.
We're also competing with all the other
we're-
draft shows.
We are, yeah, that's true. But you know what though? Like it's cool to do this because it sets up stuff we can do, during the season we want to, or big
long
game.
Yeah. How long have we been on for? Hour and 35. Nice.
3 hours. Buccaneers picking. Buccaneers in. Oh, Denver's on the clock, I guess.
Buccaneers are picking Tom Brady. We haven't seen a lot of Tom Brady lately.
What was funny because at one
Kinda
point it was
quiet.
like Walter Payton, and then I think Greg was like, "Did I hear running back?" I'm like, well, Walter Payton, but if we could pick Hall of Fame players, that'd be interesting." Come back.
Come back from the dead.
That is pretty wild. There's houses right there by the stadium, dude.
They say it's this little small neighborhood, and then there's just this giant stadium right in the like right there.
Shadur Sanders is number 4 on Fields' best available. Mike Green's ahead of him. Matthew Golden's ahead of him, and then Will Johnson is number 1.
Cornerback from Michigan. You can see him going here.
He could go here. Maybe Pierce goes here.
I would actually like to see the Broncos maybe not do the whole thing of running back and go with a cornerback to go and pair up with Pat Surtain.
If Will Johnson doesn't go here, it's very well possibly what they could do.
I would love to see that.
Jahdae Barron, that's the guy that had 150,000 people in his living room.
God, it's like you see this one guy and it's just sea of people behind him, and I'm like, and he's laying down. I'm like, where is he?
Yeah, he's just chilling on the couch, texting, and that's the. What?
Oh boy!
Mbuka. Is it Mbuka?
Yes!
Is it Mbuka?
It is.
Oh, Brian.
Emeka Mbuka from Ohio State goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, ruins Brian's day.
Oh, no.
Now we're going to pick someone retarded, and I'm going to be disappointed.
Wait for it. Here comes Ryan.
If he jumps in, I'm turning him off. Get out of here.
Blocked. Ryan Sims has been removed from the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Resend invite. Resend invite. Dude,
I'm clipping
that's
that for
frustrating.
sure.
The guy's an absolute beast. He's gonna be great.
but you don't need him.
I didn't see him going there. I did not think that was a threat.
You have Mike Evans. You have who's the guy that got hurt? I just had it.
Williams?
No, who's the other wide receiver in Tampa that got hurt?
I don't know. I'm drawing blank.
Oh, he was having a huge season and got hurt.
2,868 rushing or receiving yards, 205 receptions. God.
Guy's a beast.
Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
You got Evans, you got Godwin, you got McMillan.
We didn't trade up. We should have traded up, but I don't think they thought he was going to Tampa. I didn't think. I had no fear him going to Tampa.
No. I mean, they said wide receiver was a need, but they had it on third on the list. They had defensive back and edge rusher ahead of wide receiver. I mean, ESPN had it on the list, but I mean, I would not, unless Godwin's injury is worse than originally let on, and he's going to miss time.
Well, at least I'm doing some shorts, also kind of reacting to some of this stuff, so I'm getting some traction on there. But it's good that I like doing these live shows. It's fun, man.
Yeah.
Running back,
I like it
wide
too.
receiver, tackle, center, and tight end for the Broncos.
Now I'm bummed. If we don't draft James Pierce Jr., I'm gonna be a little bummed out. That's the guy that's got all the tape, but off the field issues.
Come on, Broncos. Taking so long.
Nice. Rangers starting off to a good start tonight.
Get it all out of your system tonight.
Bases loaded, 2 outs in the first. Josh Young up.
Get
Let's
it all
go.
out of your system tonight because you come.
We
Popped
play
up
y'all
center
tomorrow,
field.
don't we?
Yeah.
Popped up center field. You're like,
Grand slam in the Little League ballpark they're playing in.
oh,
And-
you're talking in Tampa?
Now they're playing in Sacramento. They're playing in a
'cause
AAA ballpark.
Because yeah, that's right. Tampa too. They're playing in the Steinbrenner Field. I was like, that's hilarious.
The fence is in right field is like 3.5, 4 feet tall. I'm kid you not.
Then you could rob home runs, man. You could literally stand on the top. Come on, Denver. What is going on?
Giants beat Milwaukee today on a error by Yelich.
Nice.
Dropped a line drive right to him.
What are we waiting on? We know who you're taking.
No, you
I
don't.
don't know what's
There's
going
still
on.
115, 112, 111. They're still
Sean
not.
Payton's trying to figure something out.
Maybe they're trading.
Maybe the Cowboys trade up and get Shadir. Colorado connection.
I think he goes next at. Well, no. Is it next?
Cowboys get Shadir Sanders. Goodbye, Dak.
Yeah. I think he goes next at 21. I really do.
If
And
he
then
could go to the Steelers.
And then right after that, they trade Dak to the Steelers.
The pick is in.
Young didn't do anything.
So I'm shocked that even like maybe I thought at least during the first round of the draft, we would find out something about Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, but I don't know. We'll see.
If they don't take him, then what else are they doing at quarterback unless they draft Shadur? If they draft Shadur, it would make sense.
Yeah, Mason.
It would make
Rudolph is
sense.
Not the answer.
Even though Shadur's not very good, but they think he is.
Well, they say Tomlin loves him.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why. That makes sense. If they take Shadur, it makes sense. I go, okay, that's why you don't take him. You got Mason Rudolph there as your backup, who you're familiar with, and you start Shadur Sanders.
Where does Rogers go after that? Ugh.
Rogers retires. That's it. It's over.
Deion Sanders is waiting. He's at the draft. Oof, this got to be brutal.
Is he?
I think so.
Why have they not shown Shadur Sanders in his
I
looks of
can't tell if it's
disappointment?
someone's house or if that's somewhere in the draft.
I'm looking at a fishing
Sean
commercial.
Payton's pointing at somebody, and George Payton's standing there. You got the Penner Walton group.
Is Peyton Manning there?
Value select. Peyton Manning? He may be there.
That'd be interesting.
He's always around the organization. He lives here.
I still think it's so weird to me that he played most of his career with the Colts, but he's more well known and more with the Broncos than they must have done him dirty.
Won the Super Bowl with him.
Sean Payton just flipped somebody off. The Stone Cold Stunner. Oh my gosh.
Good. I love the Bo Nix heads, dude. That's so great.
Craig.
Yeah.
Dallas Stars getting it done in overtime. Let's go. 2-1.
That save by Essa Lindell last night is going to live in infamy.
Yeah. Greatness.
I didn't see it right away. I just knew the puck didn't go in the net. I didn't know how it didn't go in the net. The guy had a wide open net, but
This kid a Make-A-Wish guy, Jeff? Wow, that's cool. Their pick is in. They're picking Samuel.
Yeah, they went cornerback.
No way.
Yeah, they went
Veteran
cornerback.
from Texas.
Yeah.
From Texas?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the other guy from Michigan?
No, not Will Johnson. Will Johnson's still out there.
Well, the guy from Texas is supposed to. That's the guy with 1,000 people in his living room. Ryan says he's an absolute beast.
And the Broncos needed. That's one of the things I talked about multiple times.
ESPN has Will Johnson ranked above him, but
yeah, Will Johnson is. Well,
I like this pick.
okay,
I like defensive players. That's my thing. I like to see this. Okay.
Ryan had Will Johnson a second round grade. He had Jadir Barron above him. So
they have the best fit for the. Anybody want to guess what the best fit for the Steelers is on ESPN?
quarterback.
Nope. I mean, they have quarterback as number one on the needs, but they have Omarion Hampton as the best fit.
That's the running back
Yes.
that we thought Denver was going to take.
The running back from UNC.
I guarantee you they're gonna just pick running back later on.
The draft is loaded with running backs.
Right.
Right.
And Sean Payton's looking for a specific one. And I think that's the thing. He's looking for a specific running back. And that was the problem last year. We had no running backs that could block. Bo Nix was getting lit up.
Hey, Barron's a bowler there, Craig. You see that?
Yeah.
He's in a bowling alley. It can't be his living room. Jeez Louise.
Okay, I was like,
no, it is his living room. I'm just being sarcastic, but that's just crazy. Well, they got to be pretty well off because he went to Texas, so you know they show him blitz in there.
I love this pick. I was worried they weren't going to go defense. I thought they were just going to go straight offense.
I'm telling you right now that if Shadir Sanders does not go here, I don't see another place that he goes.
Pick is in already from the Steelers. Here we go.
Yeah, it's got to be Shadur Sanders.
I don't see him going in the first round if he doesn't go here. Unless somebody trades back into the first round to get him. If he doesn't go here, he may not go in the first round. Because San Diego doesn't need him. Green Bay doesn't need him. Minnesota doesn't need him. The Texans don't need him. Rams, maybe. I doubt it. Ravens don't need him. Lions don't need him. Washington, Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Eagles. So no way. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't go if he doesn't go here.
Kansas City gets him. We got a replacement. You talk about the internet blowing up.
Ryan says the Packers, if I were you, would take the Burden, the wide receiver. Says he's great. He says he's good. Will fit our scheme. Let's see. Where do you have him? I don't know much about. Is Luther Burden? He has him as the 13th best player in the board. Wide receiver, Missouri, 5-star recruit. He's a yards after the catch guy, a yak guy. So I like that. But I don't know. I haven't get watched much of him. So
Let me see what people are saying on this.
yes,
People are excited. The Bronco
Not
pick.
Shadir Sanders.
And it's not.
I like the
dude,
pick.
That's crazy, dude. Where is he? Then
I like the pick, Jeff. I really like that pick for you guys.
Yeah, dude. People online are like freaking out. They're like, no fly zone 2.0. Yeah, that's crazy.
Who's the Steelers pick?
Derek Harmon from Oregon.
Offensive lineman.
6'5", 313 out of Oregon. Shadir Sanders is not going in the first round.
6'5", 313.
God,
That guy's a brick wall, bro.
Shadir Sanders is not going in the first round. Unless
like
somebody
Brian, you need to
trades-
go through that guy.
Unless somebody
Yeah.
trades up to get him, he is not going in the first round.
That's crazy.
And
So
unless somebody
so
trades back
Aaron
in.
Rodgers, is he? You Steeler?
The biggest guy I've ever seen, Jeff, was last year, Joel Alt. 6'8", 322 pounds.
Jeez.
And the
only quarterback in the first round is going to be Cam Ward. I love every minute of it.
I'm surprised. I think here to the Chargers, I could see. Where's his name? What's his name?
Golden.
No, I'm thinking the Mike Green, edge out of Marshall. They don't have what's his face anymore. They don't have Bosa.
Wide receiver, tight end, defensive tackle, guard.
Is that guy
and running
crying?
back.
That was weird.
They don't even have an edge on here.
So out of everything that's gone on, where do you think everything's going for you for the Packers, Brian? What's the best path?
Will Johnson.
Well, my buddy Bramble, Jeff Bramble is his name. I call him Bramble, and he wants Pickens from Steelers. He's like, here's where we trade and get Pickens. To me, here's two guys I want. Obviously, the guy I wanted is off the board. I would take Luther Burden, wide receiver in Missouri, or James Pierce out of Tennessee, the edge. We need an edge guy to get to the quarterback. We struggled getting to the quarterback last year. And if this guy, I think we probably won't draft him just because of the off-field issues. I'm willing to take that risk. The tape is there, and he's an absolute beast. But Burden's a great guy as well, a 5-star recruit, and yards after the carry. So I would like to see those two. One of those two picked in the first round. Not another offensive lineman. We drafted offensive lineman last year, and he got injured, and we kind of felt like a waste of a pick. But we'll see what happens this year with him. But I mean, we kind of do need some offensive lineman help. I just want something. I want a sexy pick here. I don't want the safe pick. I want a sexy pick. But we'll see what happens.
Craig, did you mention Sam Is it Castubo? Skattebo. Cam
Cam Scattaboo from
Scattaboo. That's it.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
still
He's
on
probably
the
a-
board.
He's
Oh yeah,
he's
he'll
a
be.
he's a day
they're
3 guy,
predicting
probably.
Him, yeah, they're picking him in the third. They're predicting him third round, even though I'm shocked. I mean,
Some of the people on here are thinking, "Oh, we're definitely getting Scattaboo."
Scattaboo.
So I'm like,
that
okay.
dude. If you watch the playoff game against Texas, that kid left it all on the field.
Over
and
on the
off.
sideline throwing up and just put me in, coach. I'm got the team on my back. They should have won the game, honestly.
Yes.
Okay.
He is a
He is.
didn't they did a little thing on him during the game. He used to put pads on and run into telephone poles to strengthen himself. I kid you not.
Pass catcher.
Like,
great
what?
blocker.
So he was doing the Happy Gilmore.
The guy's a beast. Yeah, he's a day 3 guy, maybe late second
I would
round.
take him in Dallas in a cocaine heartbeat.
Call Michael Irvin. No, just
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
3 minutes. Chargers still have.
Come on.
Put their pick in.
Make your pick.
Harbaugh's just taking his sweet time.
Oh, Green Bay's next, man, after this guy. Harbaugh, I could see offensive
Harbaugh.
lineman,
Well, Harbaugh, hold on.
running back.
Will Johnson's a Harbaugh guy.
Could go there. I wouldn't mind Will Johnson if we went Will Johnson, because J.R. Alexander will not be on the team next year, apparently. And he's still on the team now. I don't know what's taking him so long to figure out what they're going to do with him. I'd take Will Johnson, cornerback. I wouldn't have minded your guy that you took, Texas cornerback. I mean,
Yeah. I'm so glad we went defense. I was worried about that. I was like, come on, guys. You got to solidify some of that. Especially
I think the way you look,
because like I told you before, and I told Craig this as well. Like one of the problems that I was having is that one of Riley Moss got injured, and we were just absolutely screwed.
yeah.
And
Well, and the pick for running back, and they said that was going to be your guy. Well, this is loaded with running backs.
yeah,
So I like the
I
fact
think
that they didn't reach on a guy and they can cover with something else.
and plus I think Sean Payton knew that some of his guys will be in later rounds. So it is what it is.
I think the Saints are really one to watch out for to move back in and get Shedeur Sanders. They've got to do something with the quarterback position.
They said they really like Jackson Dart. They really like Jackson.
Yeah.
But just not at 9.
I think a lot of people were rubbed differently with Shedeur's. You want to call it arrogance? I'm not sure. He did not grade well with the interviews.
No.
They're showing Shedeur. He is not at the draft. He's in Canton, Texas.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. I guess that's where they live, right? Maybe, I don't know. Is that where his dad lives?
I wouldn't think his dad would live in Texas and be in Colorado. I think he would have one. He probably has more.
Well, he probably has 2 homes, but
Oh, Green Bay's 23, Minnesota's 24.
Chargers are about to give their pick away in 35 seconds.
come on.
No one. Yeah, they're showing Shedeur.
I'm not. There's so many Packers jerseys. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine that person in their backyard too coming out and they're just like, yeah, I'll just watch the draft out here.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Rent your house out for the week. It shows the. No, now the pick's standing. I was going to say it shows the Chargers out of time.
You forfeit your pick to the Packers. They get 2 picks. You're like, Brian's like, yes.
I'm taking. I'm interested to see what we do now that Mbeka's gone, and maybe we do the wide receiver burden. But
Did your heart sink when you found that out?
when y'all were laughing, I'm like, "Don't tell me! Are you kidding me?" I haven't seen Burden play, but Brian says he is a stud wide receiver, and so I'm gonna trust his instincts. And I didn't watch much
I liked him. I mean, I liked
Missouri football. I didn't watch much Missouri football.
What?
And he said Mbuka, Golden, and Burden are all kind of like back to back in his ratings. So
Right.
Golden, my only worry about Golden, and I'm going to talk a lot of crap about him, and then we're going to pick him. Is he's only done it for this season? Like he hasn't.
I just have
done it for very long.
The same thing with Mbuka is I mean I just wide receiver Ohio State and wide receivers just haven't panned out. Chris Olave was the last wide receiver from Ohio State that's really actually panned out.
And he's pretty good, but
Yeah.
again, you look at his position there. He doesn't have a quarterback. He's stuck on a bad team. Whatever happened to Mike Williams in St. Louis, or not St. Louis, but Louisiana? There,
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Disappeared completely. All right, where's this pick? Why are they taking so long?
Jeez.
I wonder if they really put one in, or if ESPN just said they and they're going to forfeit it. I don't know because the clock hit 0.
So many Packer fans.
Come. Gosh, there's a lot.
They take wide receiver Burden. Son of a.
They do need a wide receiver. I mean, that is their top need on ESPN.
They got Johnson.
Oh wow,
Marion
wow.
Hampton
Okay.
from North Carolina.
It could be the guy.
It is the guy.
It is the guy.
Yeah. Leave it to Harbaugh to get a running back.
Who'd he get?
Oh, Marion Hampton.
Oh, okay. You said it is the guy. I thought it was the wide receiver I was just talking about. I'm like, son of a gun.
Brian's like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm like, I'm going to rip this keyboard in half. All right. Well, this is the moment we've all been waiting on, guys, all night long. All of us have been so ready for this next pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm on pins and needles.
Oh.
Please get Shador.
I can't
Please
look.
get Shador.
We're not drafting no quarterback. I would, my jaw would be on the floor. I would just stare here in silence.
Can you imagine the silence in Green Bay? The silence.
They might boo. They might boo that. Boo. Yeah, I could see. Ryan's exactly right. Where did he go? Mike Green, the edge from Marshall. We could do him. He's an absolute beast. Ryan just said that. I did not expect Green to still be there. It would be a great pick. We could do that. We need an edge. We need a guy to get to the quarterback. I would not be mad with that one either.
Packers. Their war room. All right, what's going on? Packers team need wide receiver.
I'm turning my phone over. Y'all don't ruin it for me. Do not give me
cornerback.
Do not give me the pick. Do not give me the pick early. Okay, wait for me to read. Please don't give it to me early. Don't ruin it for me.
Well, too bad they forfeited.
Don't ruin it for me. All right. Don't ruin it. You two are about 40 seconds
cheese?
earlier.
What is this cheese dish, Brian? Cheese curd?
Probably.
What is all that?
Defensive line, offensive line, wide receivers are number one. You're 100%. I swear if it's an offensive lineman, I'm going to be disappointed. I'll take any of the other three. Wide receiver, edge, or cornerback. Brian Gutekunst, the man standing up right there. Love him.
What is that?
It's great.
Wings, cheese dip,
There we go.
cheese curd.
I want to go
Sausage.
to Wisconsin. I want to go to Wisconsin and have an authentic cheese curd. All right.
It doesn't even sound
Oh, Ryan Sims is probably having PTSD. They're saying go Pack go.
Oh man, hot wings, brats,
Cheese.
dip, cheese curds. Couldn't get any better.
Lambeau Field. I don't think you would know what to do with yourself, Brian, if you went to Lambeau Field. I think you would lose your mind.
Pat, go, Pat, go, Pat, go. I'd be right there with him screaming. Let's go.
You like try to rush the stage. You're like, get this. What is this guy doing?
Yeah.
This isn't a concert.
Brian gets a spear.
Yeah, you security guard. Who's that? What was that 6'8" guy? He just comes out of nowhere and just spears you. You're like, oh my god, Brian, what are you doing?
A wide receiver is who we want.
But before you get speared, make sure you hold up the sportscast sign so you can.
I'm gonna run out there and go, discount double check.
He just has a sportscast shirt.
That'd be sick.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. That's someone's living room. I don't know who that. That's just someone's fan living room, or maybe I don't even know. When we played on Monday night, they came out of someone's garage. The camera from break. This guy opened his garage door and Lambeau Field's right there, and they're just out in their parks. And I'm like, that's insane, dude.
Well, it's
I
like
turned my phone over.
Baltimore has those apartments or whatever, like right
Yeah.
across. The
Oh,
street.
dude, I'd watch every home game on the balcony. Like that's sick.
I would hope someone could hit one
Packers
over there.
Still on the clock, down to
Packer-
2 minutes
what?
and 30 seconds.
2 minutes and 30. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for, Brian?
It's in Green Bay. We're soaking it all in. We want everyone to see that the
There's too
lights
much
up
green
there.
going on, Brian. I'm seeing green troll hair, beard.
It's gorgeous. Green's the best color there ever was and ever will be.
Gosh.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for me, guys. Don't ruin the pick, please. My phone is turned over. I'm not letting Ryan or anybody else text me because
Take your
apparently
headphones
apparently
off if that
YouTube
happens.
TV is 40 seconds behind regular TV or whatever you want to call it.
Antenna. I got
What's
the
the
antenna.
there's the green beard. That's a little much. You just said that.
Brian,
that is
yeah,
too
green
much there,
beard.
Jeff. I do agree
Okay.
with you.
You need to start doing that.
30 minutes.
Come on, Green
All
Bay. The
season.
pick is in. Come on. Is the
Take
pick
your
in yet,
headphones
guys?
off. Take your headphones off, Brian. That's
No,
what I did.
minute 40.
When he walks up, I'm gonna take my headphones off.
I'll tell you when he walks up.
A minute 30.
Population
They're going.
170,000 Green Bay. God.
There's more people at the draft than there are at the in the city.
God. That's crazy.
Who's the best player available? Does it say on one? Like best player is still available.
Will Johnson.
Hmm?
I would not be mad with that.
Will Johnson.
I don't think
the
you could be-
best- And the best fit, according to ESPN, is James Pierce Jr.
I bet those brats are good.
That's the edge, James Pierce. Yeah, those brats
And
probably
then-
good.
And then out of the people, they have like choose the list below of who they'll be picked. Will Johnson, James Pierce, Maxwell Houston, the cornerback from Kentucky, Jahad Campbell from Alabama.
The pick isn't in yet.
No.
No, 40 seconds.
Well, it says pick is in, but they haven't gone on onto the thing yet.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
We have
You're like
100
you're like 10 seconds behind Jeff, and I'm like 40 seconds behind Jeff, and 30 seconds behind you.
Dude, all I have is antenna free.
It's crazy.
But yeah,
Alright,
we have two more. We have another subscriber, so now we're at 172 again.
Nice.
We gained two.
All right, I'm gonna take my headphones off.
He's not there yet. I'm gonna sign it.
Should I mute my mic? Son of a.
Don't show any facial reactions, Craig. Just be like, Stonewall.
He's like,
Aaron Rodgers is coming out to show the pick.
Aaron Rodgers. I can still hear you, Jeff. Let me turn that bad boy off. Oh.
somebody texting Brian.
Wide receiver. We need one. What's taking so long? Uh-oh.
Mark Murphy.
I don't like that guy, Mark Murphy. I'm not a big Mark Murphy fan. I'm trying not to look at y'all's faces either.
Come on, dude. Likes to ramble.
Come on, TV. Come on, TV.
Brian's an
Who
owner
is it?
of the Packers.
Green Bay Packers select. Who? Oh, taking forever.
Do you like Colorado, Brian?
What if they booed their own pick and they're
He doesn't have his thing on.
No, yeah.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
You got a wide receiver.
It's not the guy. Not the guy I wanted. Matthew Golden. Ah. It's all right.
This guy's styling and profiling. Look at his chain, dude. He's
at least
he's got a G on it too.
At least. Is that a G?
It is. Green Bay. He's ready to go.
I can't be too mad. We went with a wide receiver. It's something we needed. I did not expect it to be wide receiver. So I think this is honestly, Craig, and let me know if you think I'm wrong. This could be a Watson replacement. Watson's the beat you down the field guy. He's always injured. This is a guy, it seems like he's going to beat you down the field.
Take the top off the defense. Has good hands. He's a little small. 194. You'd like him to put some weight on. But he will catch a football. He's not scared to go across the middle. He's a speedster. 6'2", 194. I mean,
you probably saw him a lot, bro. I mean, did you? I mean, I don't.
5'11", 191. I mean, yeah.
No, I did see him. I do think he's a good wide receiver. It's just like I said, my big question mark for him is
off the field stuff.
No, not him. My biggest thing for him is he only did it for like half the year last year, where he was unbelievable. I wanted more. I want someone more consistency.
Yeah, I see.
But maybe he's the guy that caught the ball here for Texas and kept him alive here in the end zone there. Bloop.
Seems like a sneaky player too. Yeah, like he kind of gets undetected sometimes. And
fastest wide receiver in the draft. Ran a 4.29 40.
Yeah, I mean he's a burner. He's a burner, and he catches football. I mean, he's not scared to go across the middle. He's a little small at 190. 5'11". He's got plenty of height. He can jump out of the building. I mean, he'll go up and
I
get the
think
ball.
I think Brian needs to buy that sombrero and wear it on the show. A Packer sombrero.
Minnesota's pick's already in, so obviously they were ready for
Whoever the heck they're gonna get.
All right. Well, you know what? I am satisfied with this pick. I wanted Ibuka. I wanted Burden. I've seen more of Golden than Burden, but I'm surprised and but excited that we drafted a wide receiver first round. We obviously know that's a problem with the team. So
the
second round, we better draft an edge.
Yeah. I'll probably have to hop off here after that. I gotta
After Minnesota?
Yeah, after Minnesota. So we have 1,000 views on the Jacksonville short.
Nice.
737 views on the Bears one. Bears one's was a little after that one, but I had to delay that one for a second though, so that's not very accurate. And then also 2 extra subscribers. So he doesn't have to go far.
Who?
Matthew Golden. He doesn't have to go far. He just walks off the stage.
Oh yeah, I got you. He's gonna come back and move his stuff from Texas to. I like the pick. I just that's my only concern is the consistency, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So does anybody have any ideas what's next? Like for what's next for the Cowboys? Round 2.
It should be a wide receiver or a running back.
Okay. I would love to have a running back as well, one that can block.
I mean, but
I would even say if
going.
Yeah.
If they're really going to get Breece Hall from the Jets, then you wouldn't need to draft a running back. If you're really going to get Pickens from the Steelers, then you wouldn't need a wide receiver. But I don't know if either of those rumors are true.
Yeah.
Very shocked Will Johnson's still on the board.
Donovan Jackson?
Vikings pick is in. Who's Donovan Jackson?
A guard out of Ohio State, 6'4", 315, overall position rank.
Cypress, Texas.
4th position, 55th overall rank, 84 grade. Yeah.
Nothing great. I'll take it.
I mean, they got a guard to pick up to protect the new quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that until just now.
They have no clue who that guy is. They're all
the
like,
Giants have traded back into the first round.
No way.
Yep. Yep.
No
I'll bet you right
way.
Shedeur Sanders.
I will bet you right here. This is
at 26 or 25.
They've traded back.
25.
25.
Where were they at?
They were out of the first round.
They were number 3. They got their.
They traded with.
Who did they trade with?
They traded with the Texans.
They traded
with
the
that's
Texans.
Houston. Yep, that's it. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Here's Shedeur Sanders. Yep.
So,
as soon as
my buddy Bramble said, I bet Aaron Rodgers is throwing shit at the TV screen because we never drafted him a first round draft for wide receiver.
Yep. Shedeur Sanders comes off the board right here.
Yep.
It's the only thing you come back in for.
Prime made a call.
There's nothing left. There's nothing left to come back in.
I mean, they to be fair, they had been linked to him before, so
they had been. Yeah. But I mean, it was too high at 3. I get it.
Yeah.
I think this is perfect.
This is I mean, they got their edge rusher.
And I bet what you gave up. Here's what they gave up. They gave up exactly what they got from Jacksonville back to the
Yep.
the Texans, and they come back into the first round.
So
they give up. I bet they give up the 36 that they got from Jacksonville, and maybe I don't think the next year first. I don't think they give that up, but I bet they give up the 36 and the 120 and come back into the first round and get Shadur Sanders, and he can sit
That-
for a year behind Russ, and then be
Yeah.
their quarterback.
Yep, I can see
That's
that.
a good draft so far for the Giants.
That is a
great
good draft. Yeah.
It's a great draft. You got your edge rusher, and you still get your quarterback.
Yep.
And you got it for
And you got it for nothing because
yeah.
you get the 25th. Texans get number 34, number 99, and a 2026 third-round pick.
Would you have liked to see the Cowboys move back into the draft to get somebody or no?
I would have liked to see if they were going to do it. I'd like to see them come and get a wide receiver. I wouldn't mind that.
Burden's still on the board.
Right. I wouldn't mind that to come back and get a wide receiver at the end of the first round. But I don't know if they have the capital to do it because they don't have a fourth. They'd have to give up their second.
I wonder if you think he stays. You think he gets he falls into the second round?
Who?
Well, I mean,
A wide receiver.
Washington
Possible.
probably doesn't need a wide receiver. Buffalo probably needs one. That
Oh,
would
yeah,
be a
that's right.
problem there.
Oh yeah, and you have the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs might need one.
Oh gosh.
There's no other pick here than Shadur Sanders. There's zero chance that it's not.
If it's not Shadur Sanders,
I would be shocked.
What if it's Jackson Dart?
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Are they doing a new NCAA football game, Brian?
I'm sure they'll do one every year now that they have the right.
I'm sure they will. Yeah, I haven't
'Cause that
heard
makes
anything
so much.
on
That
it.
makes a lot of money for them. So yeah.
Bullet bourbon.
They didn't go through the. They didn't. That stuff's amazing.
Is it good?
Yeah, I got a bottle on my counter right now. Yeah, I don't see. They have the ESPN's so crazy. They have the best fit as Jaheed Campbell.
I'm ready for the Netflix documentary. Netflix is doing the rise and fall of Brett Favre. Can't wait.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yes.
Just imagine when they do the rise and fall of the Dallas Mavericks. That'll be hilarious.
They're doing also a Kobe Bryant documentary,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they
yeah.
followed him during this last championship with Paul Gasol. So that'd be good too.
Where he runs through Paul Gasol's chest.
After this pick, I think we call it a night, guys.
I agree.
I was really hoping he wouldn't go to tomorrow, but I didn't get my wish. I mean, the only other thing they could trade back for is a wide receiver. If they don't think the other wide receiver will be there, but there's no way that they do that. It's got to be Sanders.
So they have Abdul Carter. They have Abdul Carter, right?
Right.
Yeah. And now they have.
He's a Micah Parsons
And
2.0.
they gave up $34.99 and next year's third to move back in.
Damn. Okay. Some more competition in that division, man.
Well, I as a Cowboy fan, I'm just fine with Shadur Sanders being the quarterback. I'm more than okay with Shadur
Jackson
Sanders being-
Dart.
That kid would scare me a little bit more than Sanders does. I watched a thing with him and Chucky.
Oh yeah, you're watching the Bears suck.
It's up on Facebook. That's great. The Bears still suck.
All right, here we go. Wow.
Oh my
Hold up.
Oh my God.
Jackson Dart, hold up. Is it Jackson Dart?
It is Jackson
It
Dart.
is, dude. Sanders snubbed twice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm doing a short on that. Woo!
Falcons are moving back into the first round at 26 with the Rams. And here's what Craig was talking about.
Wait, the Rams moved back up?
No, the Falcons moved back up.
They're going to
on the
come up
clock.
and get Shadur Sanders. That'd be great.
Oh, the Falcons. Yeah, I see it now. Pick is in.
Jackson
a-
Dart.
It's got to be a wide. It's got to be a with the Will Johnson or Pierce. Maybe Pierce, the edge. They need an edge.
Pierce's, the tape is there. It's just the off-field issue. So
I mean, both of these guys, both Will Johnson and James Pierce, aren't
Falcons
supposed to be here. You know, I mean, you kind of get Pierce to be there because of the off-field issues.
So does that worry you a bit now?
I mean,
As a Cowboy fan? He could be a little scary.
I think that's a perfect situation for him. He sits for a year and learns behind Russ, and I think I had him better than Shadur. I absolutely had him better than Shadur.
Where did he come from?
Ole Miss.
Mississippi
Ole Miss.
State or
Yeah.
Ole Miss, yeah. 6'2", 223.
Damn,
It
he's
makes
huge.
all the throws, has plenty of arm strength.
Dang, on a dart.
he's gonna sit behind two veterans to learn the league.
Right. He sits behind two veterans for between Jameis and Russ and learns a year or 2 years and I don't
He throws across the body pretty good.
right. He has he has the arm strength to make any throw in the book and
He's got legs on him too. Dang,
he
dude.
he was on the show with old Chucky and he was drawing the diagrams and making all the calls and hard counts and I mean he's got
Smart.
a really good absolutely very smart.
That's good. That's good. Quarterback that has a brain is good.
Yeah, he could read defenses very well. Read defenses really well.
He's got a lot of grit when I watch him play.
Yeah, he does.
He
Yeah.
lays it all out, man. I like the pick. We all thought Shadur Sanders. This is interesting.
Brian's face was like,
New Orleans really loved Jackson Dart. They said the coaching staff in New Orleans he interviewed well. They really loved. They just didn't love him at 9. You know, they just that was too high to draft him at 9. They said that would have been Schefter said that would have been the shock of the draft. That would have been the Penix Jr. pick of the draft if they would have picked Jackson Dart at 9.
so the Falcons get a 26th overall pick 2025, third overall pick in 2025. The Rams receive 2025 second round pick, 7th pick, and 2026 first round pick.
Okay, so Falcons get 26, a 2025 third, a 2025 second, 46, and a 2026 first round pick.
Yeah, because the Rams don't have any first round picks, so they get one back there.
Yeah, they get one back.
Yeah.
They get Atlanta's first round next year.
And the second pick this year for Atlanta. So they must see someone they really like. I can see them with cornerback or
Yeah, they get 46 and next year's first.
James Pierce.
Yeah, it's what they needed.
Is that him?
Yeah,
They picked him?
It fills the hole. They just the off-field
Edge.
issues. Yeah,
he's a beast, man. But this is the guy with the off-field issues.
Yeah.
So he'll fit it right in with Atlanta. But No, he's the tape is there, man. He's a guy I wanted.
So now Baltimore's on the clock. They mean that's not because it's going to be a tackle or maybe even Will Johnson.
The cornerback.
Yeah.
Shadur Sanders. Dang it. Someone pick him finally so we can just all stop.
It isn't happening. Baltimore doesn't need a quarterback. The Lions don't need one. Washington doesn't need one. Buffalo doesn't need one. Kansas City and dang, somebody would have to trade back in.
Oh, gosh. That guy just laid that dude out.
This guy's a beast, man.
Somebody would have to trade back in, you know.
Boom.
Oh.
Somebody would have to trade back in, and I just don't see it.
Cowboys.
If they trade back in for anybody other than a wide receiver, I'd be disappointed.
You see the Joneses just high-fiving and having a great time. Okay.
6'5", 245 pounds.
Yep.
God.
Fastest defensive lineman in the combine. Woo.
Huh. Been an interesting draft for sure.
Well,
Shadur's having a great time. He's laughing it up.
The Jackson Dart pick is probably the most shocking of the night.
He's probably laughing at that pick, going, "Yeah, they're gonna regret that." Well, I'm ready to bounce, guys. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
It's been a fun draft. We still got a couple picks here.
Cool.
Been interesting. I like the pick we picked in Green Bay. I'll take it. Denver made a great pick, and
I'm not disappointed with Dallas at all. Again, not sexy, but it's a very big need when you have your best, one of your best Hall of Fame guys retire. You needed to fill that spot, and I think they did it. And I mean Dallas is. I mean, like I said, I was telling Jeff Burley when we came on. They have a laundry list of needs. Are you all going to fill them in this draft? Probably not. But I think you did a good job there. Would I like to see one of the wide receivers? Absolutely, but maybe they have another plan.
No, I mean, and I've talked about solidifying, the cornerback position due to injuries we had last year that caused a lot of problems. We lost some games because of that. So, yeah, and I don't think that was a Sean Payton move. I think that was a George Payton move. Seems like a George Payton move to me. So I think Sean Payton's going to have all his hands on second round, third round for sure. So it'd be fun. It's going to be exciting to see what else happens here.
Well, we're all pretty happy with our picks. I'm surprised Green Bay went with a wide receiver, but I'm really happy they did. It's one thing that I've been barking about this offseason. So let us know, guys, in the comments section how you think your team did. And thanks for anybody taking the time out of their day to listen to the podcast or come watch us live and check in with the comments section, and we'll put you on the show. Looking forward to the football season.
I think the winner of day one is definitely the New York Giants.
Yeah, would have to agree. They got the best edge rusher in the game, and they moved up and got the quarterback that could solidify their team in a couple of years from now. They with the veteran quarterback room, he can sit back and learn from. So I would definitely agree with you, Craig, that they definitely won the first round this year. So. All right, guys, we'll look forward to the show Friday nights at 8 o'clock Central Time, Texas time. We won't have a show tomorrow just because the draft still be going on, and we did this one tonight, but look forward to us next Friday night. Me and Ryan might do a show next week to kind of recap the draft. I'm not sure. He kind of mentioned something about that, but we'll see. We'll recap the draft a little bit too here on Friday night, and then talk some playoff hockey and get ready for, baseball season's here too. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it, guys. Thanks, Jeff and Craig, for taking a lot of time out of your night to do the show, and appreciate you, gentlemen. And remember, God bless and
Keep it outspoken.